Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. It's D&D. It's Dust Veil. We're back after a week off. I spent a week off. Hey.
During that week, he became a New Yorker.
Energy.
Has it been 2 weeks off, or is it 1 week off?
Wasn't it 2 weeks?
It was only last week, right? Was it 2 weeks?
Actually,
No,
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like I got
It has no. It has been 2 weeks because we didn't play
been
last
2
week.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we didn't play last week because
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what
Tenchi
I-
left
Well,
early.
Yeah, well, it's 1 week off of the show.
Fuck
That's what I'm
Tenchi.
talking about.
Yeah.
Tenchi ruins everything, as per usual.
Don't jinx me. Lash and I are the only ones that have not died yet.
Correct.
Yeah,
Well
there
done.
is that.
Congratulations.
What?
It's impossible to die if you don't play the game. I suppose that's.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now you know why I didn't play last week.
Oh,
Now I'm
Like,
not
fuck
gonna
this,
res your
man.
ass.
Vasilius
He's on a
has a new goal. Get rid of the witnesses.
Yeah. No, they'll do it anyway.
Genius.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
There we
What
go.
have you done?
Nothing. I'm being
Don't
me.
ruin my stream, Jay.
I'm gonna get you banned, dude. I'm gonna
Please
get
do.
you banned. Hold on.
I'm
So
way too busy to be a streamer.
if Brad kills like 1 or 2 more of us, can we just call him BradWOTO?
He's basically WhackWOTO
Okay.
at this point.
BradWOTO.
This has been a very whack word campaign so
Yes.
far. It's been pretty rough.
It's okay. We
Yes.
played D&D with Whack, or not D&D, but another system, which is really
Yeah.
cool. City of Mist.
And,
How was it?
It was really fun, but Whack, like, at the beginning of it, he's like, yeah, I've killed Peachy Pixel 18 times. I was like, oh.
He killed
Well-
Peachy within like the first minute of one of their campaigns once, didn't he?
Did he pull his necklace of teeth out of from under his shirt? Because yeah, he keeps the teeth.
Yeah.
It's disturbing.
He had them climbing a mountain or something at the beginning of one of their campaigns, like episode 1 at the beginning, and Peach's character rolled a 1. Now any other DM would have been like, "Oh, you slip and grab on, give me a dex
Right.
save." Whack was just like, "You fall off the mountain, 2d100 fucking death, you're dead." You're dead. Like, whoa! And yeah, he just fucking killed his character like straight up episode 1.
That's totally a Whack thing to do as well.
I'm always like you kind of have that like flashing respawn thing in episode 1 that you get in like,
Right.
side scrolling.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not if you're wacky.
Nope.
You pretty much never die unless you die on purpose. Because I've made it be part of the story, which is a good idea.
Unless you die on purpose.
And you all die the entire thing takes-
Suicide by fellow party member is a thing.
You just have the whole thing take place in like the realm of the dead, something like that. There you go. So
It's my life.
aspiring DMs out there, you can have that one. That's a BradWOTO off-cast idea.
It's gold
It's
right
gone.
there. It's a golden gift.
Oh.
How was TwitchCon? Those who ye did go.
It was okay. It was all right. Like I said before the
Last-
call, I was bitching that the convention, the tabletop section was like grossly small. Let me see if I get hold on. This on the screen right here, like the size of the convention, right? The tabletop booth was like way in the back over here, and it was just like this big.
Sounds about right.
Like
people.
the creative section and Twitch is like killed off creative, right? The creative section was like this big, super badass, fucking one of the best parts
That's
of the
nice.
event. And then the little tiny tabletop, one booth.
Was it really a single booth?
It was one booth.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
The thing that TwitchCon needs
was
is
it really one booth, or was it one booth and then just an open space around it? And as you approach the
Yeah.
booth, and it's like, imagine.
No.
How- No? Okay. Just one.
It was
big
like
little bit.
one dude working the booth, and they were selling a couple like copies of the Dungeon Master's Guide and Player's Handbook. Like I think it was Wizards of the Coast that was running it, but mostly it was like Magic cards and like a space for people to play Magic and Magic play mats and deck boxes and such. There was just like one little shelf dedicated to D&D. And they didn't even have like dice to buy there. There was one thing of gravity dice that you could buy.
Weird, because they've been going on about how like D&D is so flourishing on Twitch.
Yeah.
All that.
they'll always be the masses, man. The normies are always going to be behind all that stuff though, because D&D. I mean, I would say, I guess LARPing would be the next step in nerddom.
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty high up there on that. Also, what was it? the one thing that Jay was saying too, which I'm going to lump into gaming as a whole, that's the thing that TwitchCon needs to work on. I think everything else is pretty beautiful, but there's no game dev showing off games. Like you go to a PAX or another con, and there's huge indie section and some other games. You go up and talk to them. That's under 2. There's like 6 to 7 companies that just grab gigano stages,
Right.
and that's a majority of it.
Yeah.
And then the 15 energy supplement booths.
Dude, the G Fuel booth actually wasn't that
It's
bad.
big.
Yeah.
It's funny because as someone that's been around a lot of supplements throughout years, I walked up to the booth without even knowing it, and I just smelled it in the air, the chalk. So I'm sure it's great. I have nothing against G Fuel,
Probably
but you
actually
can
really
smell
bad for our
supplement
cons, and
powder.
We don't know it yet. Sorry if you're sponsored.
You can smell the supplement powder.
Yeah, you can smell it. It's like if you ever go up to someone that spray tans, you can smell it like
Ooh.
10 feet away.
What does it smell
It's like a burning smell. Or if someone
Oh,
tans excessively and
okay.
uses
I
like
thought
the
you were
lotions,
gonna
you
say,
can smell
like
it.
cookies or something
No,
wonderful, but
no.
Okay. Not coconut.
No.
Dude, I just stopped at like the G Fuel booth.
I would rather
Every-
smell like I'm burning than smell like coconut.
Yeah. Every time I
'Cause
was
I'm
like,
a
oh, I'm
man.
tired, I'd like run to the G Fuel booth and grab a quick thing and like just
Yeah,
down it and
there's
run
another
away.
sample.
Because they just had these like those hotel-esque things where it was like you just walk up and you pour the water and then.
Yeah.
Also,
Actually,
can you guys hear
I
that
have a-
fucking
I have a-
echo? Because I can't. I'm trying to figure out where it's
I
coming from.
I don't hear an echo. It just feels
I don't
like
either.
everyone is ridiculously loud today. I don't know if that's
Yeah, that might
me
be.
imagining that.
Is my
No,
is
your
my
mic
better?
is fine. I'm just It's
Check
I'm
mine.
trying to figure something
Best
out
way
here.
to figure out the echoes one by one.
No,
we
well,
shout, but
Tuesday is normal. Everyone else is like stupid loud
Really?
for some reason. I'm
Yeah, I
thinking
was
it's
a
just
little
because I have earbuds in instead of my headset, so maybe the volume levels are
Might
off.
be
Um,
that. Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
probably
actually
Zoom
got a
could have taken
giant-
it over.
I got a giant tub of G Fuel. The
Oh, jeez.
lyric flavored G Fuel.
Actually tastes like lyric.
I'm kind of concerned because I don't know what flavor lyric is.
Oh, you do
Yeah.
now? Or you're
I,
going to?
I haven't opened it yet. I'm assuming I'm gonna find out the flavor of lyric, which will be an interesting experience.
each packet contains a thatch of Lyric's hair.
Yeah.
And it's not from his head.
No, it is from his nostrils.
That'd be a nice place comparatively.
What the fuck? It's from his tongue. He's got a really hairy tongue. It's just it happens. That's what happens when you drink too much G Fuel, guys.
Yeah.
You get a hairy tongue.
All the
Lyric
testosterone.
fact.
Some supplements will put hair on your chest. This one puts hair on your tongue.
Yeah.
By the way-
Whatever it touches.
Jesse, did Six Seal find you at the con? The guy he was handing out the miniatures.
He did.
Yeah.
He did, and he gave me a miniature which I don't have unpacked yet.
Dude.
It's in with all my other knickknacks and collectibles.
Shout
but yeah.
outs to Six Seal who found us at the con. Let me sign his player's handbook. Let me take this fucking hill giant miniature, and was like, "Yo, I love Tablestory."
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a badass.
He
Where
had
was
me
mine?
sign his
Big
book
seal?
as he had me sign his book not as Fairlight but as Gotho.
That's
And he was
awesome.
like, "Can you sign for Gotho and put a quote in the book?"
was
And I was like,
Was it okay?
"Yes."
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And I was like, "Do you want me to sign it as Gotho or Remus?"
I love Rem. Brad, you didn't get one because you didn't fucking go. Go to PAX East. We'll have our own D&D booth, and we'll be those guys that stand there.
Actually, yeah,
Imagine
PAX
a
East is
world as people walk by.
The BradWOTO. Imagine a world where I have friends. Here.
Every 10 minutes, you'll just hear the Everflow.
The Everflow, though. Come to the Everflow.
That's what the booth name is.
The Everflow.
It's really, it's just nothing. It's just Brad sitting there like, sup.
Yeah, it's me explaining what the Everflow looks
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
as usual. It's purple and white. Come on, it's like magic. It's under the ground. All the magic comes from it.
Whatever. People are like, oh, wow, this has got to be about D&D. And Brad's like, let me tell you about the existential crisis I'm going through today.
Sit
Human
down,
life is
kid.
futile and everything we do is fundamentally meaningless.
You're all
Welcome.
going to die. Sit the fuck down.
Oh, man. All right, you guys.
Well, yeah, we are without spoiling anything, we are kind of going out of the frying pan into the dragon
fire.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
We are gonna have to have a Tablestory panel at con at some point.
Oh my
and just
God,
do
yes.
do like a 2-hour one shot.
Yes, I've been wanting that for
That's a
so
great idea.
long.
Honestly, at the next TwitchCon, with the momentum you guys have already,
Yeah.
you could have it in 2018.
I actually just
Yeah,
got it.
what
I
do you
got
mean?
like a little erect. Like we're talking like 6 to 8, right there.
What do you mean?
Whoa,
What do you mean?
so
Like with the
semi-
momentum you
official
currently have,
semi.
just email the con staff.
Yeah.
You want to just reserve a time block and be done with it.
But who gets to DM?
I don't know any good DMs, so you can. If you want.
Oh!
That was like a double burn because I've DM'd too.
Ow!
Oh.
Never wants his character to.
Wow.
Roger comes back up and starts biting you again.
It seems that Roger's soul is unable to be.
Oh my! Oh, he's
Everflow.
trapped in the Everflow. What a coincidence!
And also Vasilius just
My
had a
goodness,
heart
he's
attack.
trapped in a gem in the bottom of the Underdark. What will you do?
Vasilius, a small hamster falls out from your butthole, and then another, and then another, and then another. This will never end.
Anytime you get hit, just a hamster just
It's
falls
like,
out of your butt.
it's like a wild magic sorcerer, but every time he casts a spell, a hamster.
Yeah. The spell doesn't go off.
That's the wild surge. 1 through 100. Just that.
You get the hamster instead of the spell effect. It's-
I'd like to cast create water. Okay, well you create a hamster.
You create a hamster.
I would like to Eldritch
But
Blast.
hamster.
You blast them with a hamster.
Yeah.
Roll a 1d1.
Yeah. -2. So if you had something like that from a rule standpoint, now we're shooting sheep. If a 1d1 -1 or like -2, if you did negative damage, would it heal? I don't think it does, right?
No.
No, it would hurt you. The hamster would fly,
in this campaign.
bounce.
it
Like if
would
you
hurt.
guys played Gigantic, the character Tito, who throws the mouse at someone, it would fly, hit him, and then come back, and it would just hurt you the entire time. That's what a hamster 1d1 -1 would do.
Jeebus.
It would be
Immediately.
it'd be 0 damage to you,
Yeah.
plus 100.
Yeah.
You should send that to wizards and have them put it in the next.
Hamster man.
Errato.
Hey, Mike Merles.
Yeah, yeah.
Mike Merles, let's talk about a hamster class.
Got a really important thing to discuss. What happens if you throw a hamster at someone and it doesn't do enough damage?
Specifically a butt hamster.
Mike Miles just turns, stroking
Yeah.
his hand like,
Yeah.
it hurts you.
This is why we created 5e.
You can never leave this room
Dude,
knowing
this-
that knowledge.
There's like people that tweet Chris Perkins like the weirdest questions, like, question, if I transported my players to the sun, how much damage would it deal? And he's got like the answer too, right? He's like, quick reply, 10 seconds later, yeah, it'd be 20 d10 damage upon arrival, and then an extra 20 d10 every second they spend on the sun. It's like,
Yeah.
how are the rules for this shit?
20
He comes
D10
up with it on the
is
fly.
God.
The answer is
You know it
there's
all.
no one to contest his opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So you can
exactly.
say whatever he wants.
that's true. That's true. Whack actually got to meet Chris Perkins at TwitchCon, and he was like showing it off to us. He's like, "Look, I got a fucking picture with him." I was like, "I
That's super
fucking
cool.
hate you."
Only famous picture I got at TwitchCon was meeting Jiro Mifune, who's the, like
I
the
saw that.
He's like the guy that did pretty much the entire Final Fantasy series.
Biggest smile
Like,
I've ever seen you do.
It's the only intentional smile I've ever had for a photograph.
It almost killed him.
Yeah.
You,
I
Those
had-
certainly hurt a lot.
you could see
I had
the
to run
veins
out-
like bulging, like I'm gonna have a heart attack.
I had to run outside and just have someone hose me down with a fire extinguisher just to like calm down.
It's pretty lame, dude. Final Fantasy's pretty.
Final Fantasy
Yeah.
shit, he says, as all of
What
his
a
campaigns
shit
are
franchise.
Final Fantasy.
Look in the chat. They have materia as the fucking badges.
I just thought those were balls, to be honest.
They are.
It's-
I'm just claiming materia now.
so Twitch doesn't ban? Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys want to play? We've been-
Wait.
we're
I don't know
already-
if this is real or not, and I don't want to spark a 10-minute conversation. Amazon Key is a new service that lets couriers unlock your front door.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's a
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Invite
why?
them and just invite them right the fuck. I mean, to be honest, I'd probably let them do it. I don't care.
I would,
If I was home.
Yes.
I would let them do it because they're gonna get sued 6 ways to fucking
They're
Sunday
gonna
if a
have to be
single thing.
insured.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're gonna run 14 background checks on one 16-year-old kid. Like, what did you do on the day of Tuesday, October the 28th? Like, I was working. Like,
Well, it'll save Amazon a lot of money, but yeah, I bet that's true.
I would bad for the poor kid that has to do that.
I hate
I lived
waiting.
in an apartment, I would, but I don't need to. They can just leave shit on my porch.
That being said, my dog would kill every single one of them.
Exactly. Yeah, that
Not
was
an option for you.
your dog is like literally, it's the size of a butt hamster, dude. Like, it would heal them. It would fucking-
Come at him like a rocket. A demon rocket.
Yeah, but the problem is he's only half dog. He is part dog, part shadow demon. So like the dog part is fine.
That's
but
great.
And he
Shadow
talks
demon
like
part, not so
Fairlight's
much.
Yeah.
familiar.
4 a.m. in the morning, like when he needs food, like, feed me, human.
Talks like Cram.
Yeah, he invades my mind.
Yeah.
How about
That was
we,
actually startling.
we get on board with some shadow demons? Get it? Get on board because there's trains in the campaign.
That's pretty
Hey,
That was-
we're not gonna make it to the train alive.
good. Pretty good, you.
Maybe
That
some
was-
maybe some shadow demons if everybody asks nicely. I might provide them. I like shadow demons a lot actually, and I quite often use them. How about we add some in right now?
Oh shit.
There they are. They're
Okay.
in the
Well,
campaign.
good job, guys.
Here they come, everybody. Shadow demons. They should be easy for a big old.
I don't even know how Shadow
Like
Demon
this.
works.
We fucked up.
I don't think we want to find out.
I never
Shadow
get into
demon.
campaigns long enough to see the middle level demons. I just know there's Tarask and goblins. That's about it.
Brass goblins.
I don't know what's in the middle.
That's all a D&D is.
Yeah. We fought
Now,
something like a
we
couple
were-
weeks ago, and I had no idea. They're like, don't bet. I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Okay.
Most
fought
of the
a
things we fought, I
Valagura.
have no idea what they
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck
Yeah, we
that
did
is
fight at
either.
Valguro.
You didn't even fight it, really.
Was that the
killed-
elk
you killed-
thing?
You
with
killed-
the- What was
we
the elk?
That was
Executed
the
it.
the gorilla fucker that we.
At the
Oh,
top
okay.
of the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The elk thing was fucking flying motherfucker.
Yeah, on the trains. I don't remember what he was called, but that was.
That's
Definitely
the official
D&D as
name
well.
that they came up with was fucking flying motherfucker.
Fucking
Oh,
flying.
okay.
motherfucker.
That's
Fucking-
the internal name.
They weren't. Those weren't demons, though, were they?
No.
I think they were.
They're
I
just
don't
like
think
a-
so.
They're just like an airborne moose. They're not a demon.
Creature beast.
It's true.
That'd
They
be
are
terrifying. You kidding me?
Literally.
You just turn around and hear, yeah, it's just a moose dive
Ah.
bomb in the sky.
It'd be pretty horrible.
Those things are scary enough when
They
they
were like
run.
3 different beasts in one, though. They had some other bullshit.
Yeah, it was like a
going on.
wyvern, but they were too lazy to make another wyvern subspecies, so they're like, it's just a flying deer.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they're called. I think I deleted the
Can't
tokens.
either.
Convinced I would never use them again.
Starts with a P or a C, I think, but I can't
A
remember.
pterodactyl.
Should we play the game?
Shit.
Oh, pterodactyl.
Brad, where'd we leave off last week?
How about you go on this map and get you back into it? This is the world.
Didn't
of
we?
Dust
where-
Trail.
Didn't we leave off like back in the initial cave part of the system, or the part of the tunnel system?
Yeah. So you guys went into the Underdust, the Underdark of Dustvale. You went down with the intention of creeping away from Sin River so that the dragon which was pursuing you wouldn't find you. And you went down there for a day and then came back because it was too hard. You came back. Came back out of the Underdark because Carlias had himself suffocated to death by a shambling sand. Is essentially what it was.
Also
Yeah, more or less.
hit by
An eldritch blast
And also,
A shambling lizard.
And a thunder wave.
and a thunderwave.
he was hit by a thunderwave by strings and hit by an eldritch blast from Basilius as well. But we don't talk about that. We'll just put that to one side. This is okay.
I don't think
No.
I don't think Vasilius is aware that he hit him.
No, probably not. No, only no one is.
I feel like you'd be more angry at yourself if you knew that. Like,
Yeah, he'd be pretty upset if he knew, but I don't think anyone
But
like
it's your payday. That's
could
your-
tell.
You have one. You have one job.
He did. You literally had
Yeah,
one
one
job.
So deciding to backtrack, head back to Sin River, creep out, and slip onto the next train. You guys, you did so. You made it back out. There was no immediate dragon that just was clearly swooping around. It seemed like Sin River in the 24 hours you were underground did settle down again. There's no ancient green dragon flying around. Vasilius, you crept out by yourself to go and check on the potential train situation.
Correct.
And what you found, or what you find, is a train. There is a train in the train station right now, waiting to go. Do you have the train thing, Jay?
I can't see it in the back.
I don't
Yeah.
know where the fuck that went.
That disappeared like a month ago.
Yeah,
I really need that.
I haven't used it in so long. Stand by.
I might make my own train
All
sound.
right,
effect
I've
and
got
make-
one from Chainsy
there
as
we go.
well, but I just never have it at my desk.
There we go.
There you go.
I'll put it here.
So,
Gotcha. I will approach. I'm using like the hidden pass that bypasses the lift and all the guards and such. Correct?
well, you guys, you Vasilius, know a direct route underground that brings you out in front of the train station. So there's a hole over here somewhere.
Right.
Which,
okay. So like having taken that path, then I'll just walk directly to the station because I presume there's no one that can stop me. Correct? And just ask them. When's this train leaving? Is the conductor nearby?
Give me a perception check. Let's roll some dice for the lulz.
Dice.
Some dice. Hey, yeah, you can very clearly see the conductor. Again, it's a gnomish fellow, very small, but he's wearing the familiar sort of uniform that the gnomes wear as the conductors. It's kind of a mixture of a set of robes and like a classic train driver cap and hat, very blue and white in color, relatively well made, pretty obvious. He's just waving people past. The train doesn't appear to be very full. There isn't even a lot of people moving cargo onto it. There's a couple of half-orcs pushing a couple of boxes onto the back, but there is no real traffic here. It's pretty empty.
Gotcha. And the train, the engine hasn't even started yet, and they would have to take a while to start it up if they were trying to leave right now.
The engine has started, yes.
Oh, the engine is started.
Oh.
Okay.
There, you can see the driver and the water maker beginning the initial preparations to leave.
Oh, okay. So I'll walk up to the conductor and say, "When are you departing with this train?"
The conductor jumps out of his skin, frightened for his life for a moment because he didn't notice you creep up. Very small little gnome, smaller even than the previous one. This is a different conductor. He's got little spectacles on, and he seemed to have been looking at something in one of his hands. And as he jumps, it flies out and lands.
Can I try to snatch it?
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand. Yeah, you catch it. Bing.
I just hand it back to him immediately.
Yeah, it's a little rounded metallic object. He snatches it out of your hand.
You gave me quite the fright there. What do you want? A ticket? You want a ticket?
I have a large party that will need to board the train. I'm just wondering how long I have to get them all up here.
Well, it seems.
And he pops open the weird metallic item that he had. The top flips open. He looks at it and says,
You have precisely 12 minutes to get up here and buy a ticket from me. I am Conductor Alpha.
12 minutes.
12 minutes and we will be leaving precisely in 12 minutes.
I'll be right back. Just like sprints down there to go grab the others.
give me,
Give
me.
Oh, how long? Actually, before I do that, how long did it take me to get up there? Is 12 minutes going to be cutting it super close?
It took you 12 minutes.
So if I run back to get them and then try to come back out, I probably don't have time.
You probably walked stealthily for the majority of the journey here to make
Okay.
sure no dragon was getting you.
Okay, so I'm gonna like take off and then realize actually I might not be able to get back up here in 12 minutes. So I'll turn back around and just and try to persuade him, and just tell him, you know, it looks like your train's not particularly full. You'd probably make more if you waited an extra few minutes while I go retrieve my companions, because we're going to need 6 or 7 tickets.
Give me a persuasion check. He looks at his little metallic object again.
Oh, I don't know about that. I like to leave precisely on time. I'm a very meticulous conductor. Perhaps you could grease some wheels here.
And he holds out his hand.
Okay, you know what? I will say, all right, to hold our spot, and I'll give him 40 gold pieces and say, that's just for you, and we'll come back and we'll also buy 7 tickets.
He places the coins in a pouch and says,
Perhaps I can hold for another 12 minutes on top of the 12 minutes, but not a moment longer.
Excellent. I'll be back momentarily, and now go running down after them.
all right, give me an athletics check to see how fast you run. Not very fast. You meander off with your little squat legs, pushing and pumping as fast as they can.
As long as it's faster than the walking speed I had getting up there.
It is, and it probably looks a bit like what was that Snoopy kid that would run along through the sand?
I don't know. Vasilius does not excel at sprinting. He's not a natural sprinter. We're all about that long distance running. It's marathons.
You do a skedaddle and head back to the little hole that you're very familiar with, and back down into the cave system that, again, you're relatively familiar with. It's the upper levels that sort of lead all the way down underneath Sin River, and then eventually out towards the gorge. About halfway between the train station and the exit is the area where you guys come up through that ladder, and there was the exit or entrance to the Underdark, where all of your, I would say all actually, there's one of them's dead. 2 of them are dead. Raja, dead Carlias, Strings, Arden, and Lash are waiting. You guys, I assume, were just waiting there for him.
Yep, just waiting for his head to pop
Yeah,
up.
Vasilius is running down there, and he doesn't even get all the way down there. As soon as he can make visual contact, he just telepathies like down to them and is like, we need to leave immediately. The train is about to take off.
Right.
There's no sign of the dragon overhead, I presume. We were down there, almost 2 days? He probably got bored of flying around looking for us, so we should be clear to run to the train.
I just grab my bag and dash.
Yeah,
right
I'm immediately
after him.
grabbing Carlias's body and carrying it and running. Doing that like I'm 5 minutes late for school, bag in hand kind of type deal, and just running.
Okay. Everyone give me athletics checks. If you're carrying a body, you have disadvantage.
What? I have a cat here. She won't
If you're
leave.
carrying a body in real life, you
I'm
also
carrying a
have
body in
double
real life.
disadvantage.
Wouldn't that just cancel it out?
No, you get double disadvantage. It means you roll 4 times and take the lowest.
Oh, perfect.
There we go. Well, I ditched the IRL body, so we're good. 16.
Yeah, you guys make a skedaddle all the way through this cave system. Pretty much, you would have to rely on following Vasilius.
Yeah.
And keeping up with him. It's not too difficult. His little legs don't go too fast. Lash lags behind a little bit for some reason. You give me a perception check, Lash.
Yeah, I'm still a little probably worried about guard junk. Yoink.
Just as you are about to fall into a trap, you leap over a small hole in the ground, which most definitely would have either broken your leg or slowed you down long enough to miss the train.
Oh,
You
God.
you just spot it and avoid it. It's not even a dex save. You just see it and continue following. the others lagging behind, a little discombobulated. Arden also, he had a mental break at the end of the last episode.
Yeah.
So although you are able to keep up with the others, you're a little slower maybe. Strings, a trained soldier, pushes forward, and Vasilius knows his way. So you guys head back through this system. Eventually, you come to just this incline, which kind of spirals a little bit and then leads up to a very weird-looking hole, which, when you pop out the top, you notice is sort of relatively well concealed around a bunch of rocks and moved sand and boulders that these smugglers use to get in and out of town without having to pass the lift people or smuggle in any weird things that people want, like human
dead party members.
Pretty simple, pretty easy to get out. The conductor sits on the train station ahead of you. Again, there's not very many people around. There's just a couple of half-orcs which seem to have done their business for the day, and they've sat down at an outside table. This train station, again, is little more than just an outside wooden structure that just sits way out in the middle of the desert, kind of away from Sin River. The sounds of Sin River in the distance, down in the gorge, are far enough away that you're not too concerned that anybody would see you. Even the eyes of Oid in his dragon form would struggle to see you this far away unless he was airborne, and he definitely isn't. Middle of the day, though, pretty fucking hot. The train conductor, this little gnome, is sitting with his arms crossed, tapping a foot as you guys approach. Probably out of breath. Lash, extremely out of breath. Next to the train conductor is two coffins. And he says,
You didn't tell me that 2 of your party were dead. I will not be allowing dead bodies to just sit on my seats. You will place them in these coffins.
I just kind of
works.
telepathically to Strings immediately. I didn't tell him that we had 2 dead. So where did the coffins come from?
I'm not sure. Maybe he had them. I have no idea.
And then out loud, and then while I'm still telepathically talking
shoot him a
to
look,
Strings, yeah, I'm also going to say, do that hocus pocus you do that makes people good at stuff. I don't know what you guys call it.
Inspiration? You mean?
Sure, whatever it's called. I cannot afford to be out negotiated. We don't have the money for tickets, and this guy doesn't want to. He won't let us. He won't want to let us on the train with dead people and no money.
I actually can't do that anymore today.
You're so very useful. Verbally out loud, I'm gonna like quietly cast guidance on myself, and then out loud to the conductors, just say,
Me too.
Excellent that you were prepared. I assume you know. Are there any like famous dwarven houses that live in? I think I asked this question before, but like in Sin River, are there any notable dwarven families?
There is
particularly rich ones.
There is the Grimlolf family.
Okay.
Very rich. As usual, got rich through gambling, not through any real nobility. Just gambled their way to the top and stayed there.
Gotcha. So I'll just to the train conductor. Yes. Well, I'm glad you're prepared. I assume then, since you were waiting for it, you've already heard of what happened to, the youngest cousin of the Grimlolfs, and I'm pointing at Carlias.
I'm holding him. Little
It
small
was-
tear.
Deception.
It was tragic.
Truly. Who would have thought?
He
Oh.
was so brave.
He looks up at the sort of dusty, sand-covered body.
Oh, it's a Grimlow, is it? Oh, well, that explains it.
Yes, that's why they've asked us to transport him to
Yes.
to Shallow Scar. They've also agreed, thankfully, to cover the cost of the train if you'd like to send the invoice there, because obviously we don't carry that much gold.
Another deception check.
I'll use my guidance on that one.
Okay.
So 17.
Oh!
That's a good one. Makes it, breaks it. He says,
Then why wouldn't the gentlemen have paid for it when they brought the... okay, I suppose I'll send a boy.
They really want to not, just keep it quiet.
He flicks open his little metallic object and says,
Okay, whatever, just get on the train, come on.
Okay. So we'll load Raja and Carlias into the 2 coffins and load them on the train, and then hop on.
all right. So, let's see. Presumably, Arden, did you have the body of Raja?
I'm kind of trying to remember if Raja was pretty much banished from this plane, more or less. It seems like we beat his body down again. I don't think
we
we
killed
brought
him.
back.
We killed
You
him.
just re-killed him and then resumed carrying him, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I carried him up
Yeah.
the ladder, gave Carlias to Vesalius, and then
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can carry both.
I assumed that you were carrying him. You were in charge of him previously.
I probably can't be next to Raja, I would assume.
Okay.
So Raja is in the hole.
Then Strings was probably carrying him.
We'll just retcon it that I carried
Strings
Raja.
carrying.
Then sure.
Yeah, my character wasn't in the
No,
mindset
that's fair. That's fair.
carry his dead friends.
Two of the half orcs come over once you load the bodies into the coffins, Strings, and one of them says, "Right, they're going in the back."
Yes.
All right then, put it in the back. One of them's a nobleman, is it?
Right.
Yeah, but that's they want that kept
Down
very
low.
quiet.
Oh yeah, well, I'm just he has a habit of throwing boxes on. Don't throw the box on.
Yeah, be careful with this one.
You're not.
I'm
I'm
not
not
FedEx.
FedEx.
He's like slapping the side of Carlias' coffin. Yeah, this be careful.
I'll sit in the back with them and guard the body, as is custom of the royal guard of the house of, what was it again?
Yes, exactly.
Grimlof.
Yes.
You some sort of royal guard.
Yes. I'm just gonna
Alright,
pull the medallion out.
How'd you get that gig then? It's gotta be better than loading boxes on. Listen, I can fight. Maybe you could take me up, hire me. I'll fight.
Put in a good word. What's your name?
All right. Jekyll.
Jekyll. We'll be back.
What's his name? Pointing at the other one.
Starts with H. Take a guess.
Hidden.
Heckle.
Right.
The other one goes, Harold.
I will
and then-
put in a good word when I'm back in Sin River.
They load their coffins on, jump back off the train. The conductor starts busily and frantically walking up and down the train carriage. When you guys step on, so I guess Strings, Vasilius, you jump in the back as well, did you say?
Yeah, I'll actually probably stay back there with Strings.
I'm sitting on the coffin, like.
Yeah, I think I don't know what the guards would have to say about it, but I think if they're going to accompany the coffins, I would. I better.
We don't need everyone in the cargo hold. Just go take a seat.
I mean,
but
what happened last time? You weren't with us, but the cargo hold is every time we've been on a train, it's been fucked. So we're going.
What happened? Telepathically again? What happened last time?
Last time they were flying moose and they attacked us, and the time before
Flying
that
moose.
there were ninjas.
I thought that the flying. I know the creatures you
Strings
speak of.
wouldn't know about
I
this.
thought.
Ninjas.
You guys told me about the ninjas.
Yep.
Arden and I spent remember the
Yeah.
moose
It was
fight.
a
Arden
big
was explaining the
flowery
whole
story.
that he had tea with the Titan
Right.
and
And he was the hero.
yeah.
That was the whole fight. The whole
The
fight
whole
was,
Yeah,
fight
that
was
was it.
Arden and I talking.
it was
Totally.
Raja and Lash and the
Yeah.
gnomish conductor
Yeah.
versus the Peritons.
Peritons.
Peritons,
That's what they're called.
it.
and it was Arden, and Strings, and Carlias having a good old natter. What happened the last time they were on a train?
Yeah, as soon as he mentions those, Vasilius will go, "You mean paradins? I thought that they were only attracted to like the scent of raw meat."
They like maple syrup as well.
Interesting.
So
Are they from the
I'm
north?
gonna just
Yeah.
come with.
They're like
Yeah.
dire paratins, or regular paratins, only dire.
Well,
I'm gonna put a hand on Arden's shoulder, and you should probably stay up front. You've just rest, water, drinks.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna telepathically to Lash. I want you to stay up front and keep an eye on that one. He doesn't seem mentally well.
I'll reply back. You're right. He doesn't.
And if anything goes awry up front, you immediately sprint back and get me.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna telepathically to Lash. Send back some fucking booze. As much as you can.
You got it.
So you guys jump on the
Yeah,
back
we
with the coffins,
jump on.
and Lash and Arden jump onto the main carriage with the conductor. As you guys all jump on, the conductor says,
Okay, better late than never.
he hits Arden and Lash like softly and
Come, sit down.
Oh,
shows you to
Yay.
a seat.
I'll bring you refreshments soon.
And he waves at the other people on the carriage. There's only 3 other people in this carriage with you. A young man and a young woman who just look pretty common. Again, usually you see relatively rich people on trains because they're the only ones that can afford it. But when you do see more sort of common folk on there, they're usually like delivering something or doing something of that nature. There is also a very large, stocky built, gruff looking dwarf who looks like he's been through the ringer. Terrible looking scar over one eye. And then the gnome pushes you past them. Come, sit down. And then he wanders off into the front area of the train where the actual engine is. You can see through a little doorway that there is a train driver, a human, and a water maker who looks to be maybe an elf. And he closes the door, and then a few minutes later, the train starts to make a lot of noises.
Just before we take off, I want to scribble on a piece of paper and just like give it to Harold and tell him to deliver it to, what the fuck was her name? Was it Helga? What's the halfling? B something? Britannia?
Oh.
Jesse, you were fucking her. What's her name?
Finrena?
Finrena, thank you.
Yeah,
and just like Raja has perished or whatever, but we're taking care of him. I'm gonna tell her we're going to the Crimson City, not to whatever, and we'll write again when he's okay. And just say,
Okay, so you write that on the message.
just on a piece of paper, yeah, just, hey, we're okay. Raja has perished, but we're dealing with it and taking him to Crimson City.
Okay.
What?
He says, right, so take that to Helga, Britannia, and Finrena.
No, just Finrena. It's just Finrena. If you meet someone named Helga, Britannia, then tell her
Where's Finrena?
she should be in the somewhere in the city. I will pay you. I will get you that job that you want.
Pretty
if you
sure
find
only Raja knows where she
just find her. Don't stop until you find her.
Ooh, right, yeah.
And I'll give him. I'll just give him like 10
You
gold.
said you told her it was a gnome though. She's a halfling.
I don't even have 10 gold to give him. Fuck.
No.
She's a gnome or a halfling. Somebody short. She's very short. Beautiful though.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. How much do you give him?
Nothing. I'm giving him nothing.
He watches you, and the train just starts to slowly pull away. The open side of the cargo hold. He's just watching you go, and as the train departs into the distance, he just throws it.
I was waiting for him to just eat it.
I was, yeah. I mean, he could still deliver the message. He knows what it says. I don't know.
Good. Maybe he will.
If he randomly bumps into her.
If he randomly bumps into her.
Maybe he'll just remember what the papers
Oh, you're short. Hi. All right.
The train begins to depart. Lash and Arden, you sit at a table, yes?
Yep.
Again, like, the train takes a little while to build up speed. It starts to pull away from Sin River. You can see out of the windows the gorge that leads down into the dry river basin that holds the pretty bustling town city. Though you don't really see too much. Maybe over the far west hand side you can see some of the buildings and things, some people moving around, but in general it's pretty damn far away and down very low in the river base. It just looks like a flat plain that leads out. In the distance you can see the mountains that split Dust Vale, the continent, and the train starts to head almost directly north. Once it starts to pick up speed, the conductor appears again at the head of the carriage. Let me give you... No, I'm not going to actually. I'm not going to do that yet.
You're not going to. I know exactly why, too. Fuck.
You look around you. Look around you. And
ninjas!
You see
Everywhere.
just ninjas everywhere.
Good old demigods.
No, you see this young-looking couple. I say couple. They look like they're a couple. A guy and a girl, early 20s, human. And the two of them look kind of excitable, kind of happy. They're sort of speaking to each other about all sorts of things. He says, "Oh, I can't wait till we get there." And she's like, "Yes, it's going to be really, really exciting. We can start a whole new life." And they're talking about something. Beyond them, you catch the eye of a far more striking figure in the form of Gamil. What does Gamil look like now that we see him, Connor?
Camille is currently sleeping,
Okay.
but he is adorned with, he has like half chainmail, half leather kind of clothing at this point. But he also has like a ranger's hood on, just to kind of keep the sun out of his eyes. I guess they could probably see the scar going down his right eye.
I assume he has an enormous axe somewhere nearby as well.
Just laying down on his lap, both hands on it at the ready.
Is he a dwarf?
He's a good old dwarf.
Oh, no, the dwarf.
He's definitely
Connor has spent too long perfecting the dwarf voice, so
Yeah.
he doesn't want to play anything else
he won't
now.
play anything else.
Well, the thing was, like, the last was a southern dwarf. He had the southern twang. Camille was my first dwarf.
Gamil's accent might ring a little odd in Dustvale. Difficult to place. He's probably from somewhere else in the world of Lacrin. Dustvale, of course, is the continent. There is a wider world out there. He looks rough as shit. He definitely looks too rough to be somebody that would take the train regularly. So what he's doing here he's the type of thing, if you in real life got on a train and there was just a dude sat at the back, massive, tattooed, just like scary motherfucker looking.
Arnold from the past train.
Exactly like Arnold from the past train. They have what is essentially field marshals or whatever they are that you get on planes on these trains just to support. I mean, these trains are expensive. Everything they're made out of is expensive, and people quite often try and pilfer things from them, or straight up try and steal the train, because you could sell a train for a lot of money to somebody who would pay the right price, scrap it down. So they hire just thugs to support the conductor. Of course, the conductor is almost always a highly trained and sanctioned wizard. They also have a cleric on board who can at least make water almost every time, but sometimes they can do other bits and bobs. But they bring in just a little sort of bit of insurance. So you would assume that either this character is going to at some point on the train rob and kill you, or is there as a sort of field marshal.
So while we're okay.
Yeah, no, what I was going to say, what do you guys do, Arden and Lash?
Yeah, while we're waiting for the aforementioned drinks to be offered, I look at Arden and I'm kind of just studying his face a little bit. And what do I see?
Arden?
Trying to be surreptitious, but yeah, I'm hoping you don't notice. I'm trying to get a good look at him.
Arden's out of it. Yeah, he's not noticing anything, and not he's honestly just zoned out.
Behind you, the conductor starts to speak to the two people. You just hear them in the distance.
Would you like a drink? I can get you some water. Are you old enough to drink alcohol? We offer a selection of whiskeys.
And the two kids in the background are like,
Oh yeah, let's have a drink. Let's have a drink to celebrate. Yeah, all right, we'll get some.
so you can hear that in the background.
Are they like 8 or something?
They look like early 20s, but they look relatively naive.
Okay. So we're gonna have like toddlers running around drunk on whiskey.
What's the legal drinking age in Dustvale?
Probably about 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a drinking age?
They look very fresh-faced and naive. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Arden's I think still. I'm tired of him being in a funk, but he's still unfortunately in a funk. I think.
He's checked out.
God, that city was awful for him. He's zoned out.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say to him, Arden, you look unwell. I mean, you look beautiful, but you don't look happy.
He just kind of smirks a little bit on just one side. Just
Yes.
But we're leaving. We're going somewhere better, and we're gonna take care of Rajay and Carlias.
Well, I mean, they've already left. They are in someplace better.
No, I mean we're gonna bring them back. You'll see, and then everything's gonna be back to normal. I definitely stumble over that word. and then you'll feel better.
It'll be all right, I'm sure. It's what else could go wrong, right? It's
Yeah, I'm loath to tempt fate, but you're right. Could we get some drinks here?
The cart pulls up next to you. He's pushing a little cart along, and on it is all sorts of glasses and bottles on the bottom row. He says,
Yes. Perhaps I could interest you in some water, or if you're feeling up to it, we have a very lovely selection of whiskeys.
I need you to send 4 whiskeys to the back for the guards, and we'll take.
Oh, I don't know if he's going to want to drink anymore. He looks a little drunk. I think he's asleep. What are we paying him for anyway?
No, in the back with the coffins.
Oh, of course, they're companions. Yes.
Yeah.
They are guards?
They're guarding. Yes, they are guards. Yes.
Guards guarding.
Guards of
Yep.
the Sin River.
No, they're just guarding. Anyway, I think they. How about those 4 whiskeys, and then can we have 2 waters here, please?
2 waters coming right up. It is very fresh water. I make sure that it is meticulously checked for microbes.
and he passes a very clean glass, and then also a very clean looking water to you. Probably the cleanest water you would have seen for a little while. Definitely cleaner than the water that was on the other train. He pushes his glasses up on his nose, little round spectacles, and then turns and pours another one and hands it over to you, Arden, and says,
Very fresh today.
Yeah, he's gonna have to like pretty much shove it into my hand.
Yes, well, 1 silver piece, please.
Oh, here. And for the whiskeys, I can bring them back myself.
Oh, okay, I will pour them now.
He pours 4 whiskeys out. He says,
There is 1 of each whiskey in there that we supply.
Oh, wonderful.
Now, so that would be 1 gold piece and 1 silver piece, please.
Okay. And I just hand him 2 gold.
Would you like a tray to carry them to the rear of the train?
Yes, please.
Okay, I can provide you a tray.
It brings out a silver-looking tray, shining, gleaming perfectly. Spins it and places it down, and then places
Wait
the
for it.
glasses on there.
There you go. Okay, I guess, I suppose I better... Well, he does work for me.
He straightens himself up and pushes the cart down to the other end of the train. Camille, you feel a small nudge on your shoulder, and then you hear a small voice.
Excuse me, Mr. Camille.
Pushes you a little more.
Huh? Hey,
it's-
Calder, good in.
Well, I'm sorry, my name is Conductor Alphen.
Alright, sorry. What did I say?
Yes, I understand that you have not been on this train very long, but perhaps you would like a drink. And also, I'm going to need you to be awake while the train is moving, at least aware of your surroundings in case we are attacked. The last train that passed through here was attacked by Peritons.
Oh God, that was...
Would you like a spritz of water to wake yourself up?
Have you got ale? Don't suppose you have a good old ale.
I suppose I could get some ale. Would you prefer some whiskeys? We have 4 different types.
Fine, give me all of them. Oh.
Okay, yes. I would pour you 4 whiskeys. On the house, of course. You get a free room and board on the train while you stay with us.
And he places 4 different glasses on the table.
Of course, do not get too belligerent.
Of course.
The last guy walked off the train on his first day and joined a troop of people and disappeared.
Turns around and pushes the cart back up to the front of the train, away from where you are. Lash, you're taking the drinks to the back.
Yep. So I've already started heading toward the back.
Heading into the back, presumably, Vasilius Cran is still around.
Yeah, Cran was. I would probably actually have Cran sitting in the front compartment, so I can just hear everything that's going on up there. That's weird.
Alright,
I can't.
yeah.
That's weird. I can't grab him.
Oh, let me see.
I can't even grab Vasilius.
You haven't got that power again. You have to resummon him.
Yeah, I probably have him
Oh, there you go.
I probably have him sitting invisible, like right on this, just on this seat, listening to everything that goes on in the room.
Yep, no worries. Absolutely acceptable. Actually, is it acceptable? No. Let me see. 1 second. First of all, I'll check that you should be able to move Vasilius. I don't know why you can't.
Yeah, no, I can now. After I said that.
When Conductor Alphen is finished with you, Gamil, he looks up and sniffs the air. He peers around, looking very carefully about him, and makes eye contact with Cran. Conductor Alphen is a powerful wizard, and he sees Cran and says, and then nudges Gamil.
What? I'm awake. What?
There is a demon on board with us.
What did you say?
A demon is on the train with us.
Are you talking about those pointy-eared fellas?
A demonic creature. is on my train. Now, I am able to see through certain spells.
Coming to terms with it.
And he says,
Follow my eyesight. For a split second, I will hold it on an area, and that is where you will find the demon.
and he does this. Moves a little bit. And
You
then-
said you said he
why
made
not?
you said he and Cran made eye contact.
Yeah.
So Cran's just sitting there doing nothing.
Grant is sitting there with a cigar,
smoking a cigar.
invisibly smoking with a wry smile on his face because this is just enjoyment for him. And when the conductor turns back, he says,
Now, do you think you could possibly throw an axe at the creature?
I've thrown a fair few axes in my time, but I mean, are you sure you want me to throw one inside?
Can Cran?
Am I
Can Cran?
hearing this?
Yeah, can Cran or Lash hear this?
I'm gonna roll a stealth check for the conductor. Gamil, could you roll a stealth check for being quiet? Lash, give me a perception check, and give me a perception or wisdom check for Cran.
Hold on. I have to find Cran on the thing. Okay, Cran's perception is. Where is he?
If he doesn't have a perception, it's just a wisdom.
It's not listed. It's just his wisdom, so he is a
Wisdom,
this.
yeah.
Cran can't really hear them mumbling under his breath. He's probably aware of what's going on, though. He's relatively intelligent, though he doesn't know exactly what's happening. Lash, you, as you walk past, you hear this whole thing going down pretty much, and as you go around an edge, you'll be able to ascertain generally everything that they're saying. Maybe you catch it on the wind correctly. And the conductor turns back to you, Gamil, and says,
Do not worry. If you miss, it will be quite fine. I have a little surprise for it. I just need to distract it for 1 second.
Hey,
Excuse me, ma'am. If you wouldn't mind.
No,
But you
I
just have to
do
bear
do
with
mind.
something.
Oh, please
If
don't.
you are looking for the toilet,
I'm
you
not.
can find
I-
the bucket and the door on your left.
Don't throw any axes at him.
he says,
Right now, Gamil's looking at her holding axe in hand,
It's so awkward.
he says,
Excuse me, ma'am. Please accompany me to the edge of the carriage.
No, you mustn't.
At this point, Vasilius is coming because I'm seeing and hearing it all through Cran.
Yep.
So I'll just as I'm walking
conductor
up,
is,
I'll mention to Strings that
pushing.
I'll mention to Strings as I'm heading up. They've spotted my little pet and it's making some unease. I'm going to go deal with it.
Right. Bring me back the drinks when you come back. Thank you.
Right. Also, the conductor gave me an odd reaction when I mentioned the Grimloaf clan as part of our ruse to get on the train. So if there are any dwarves around, be very careful. You mind your words.
Well, fuck.
Else they may realize that we're...
Let's just hope there are no dwarves at all in the vicinity on this train ever.
If you see any dwarves, just...
We'll have to kill them immediately.
Well, perhaps not kill them. Perhaps.
I just sit back.
Start casting
I know this is
Thunderwave.
meta, but Gamil will fuck you up right now.
If he fights good Vasilius, he'll never move. He'll just be paralyzed instantly. He says, not kill any dwarves immediately, but just don't bring up the family name that we borrowed. I'll be right back. And then step into the front thing, and then just immediately make visual. Just immediately see Camille. Well, crap.
The gnome is pushing you, Lash. His little arms pushing on your behind.
No, I'm trying
push
to
you down the carriage.
I wanted. You can't. Don't throw any. Vasilius!
It's okay. It's okay. Do not worry. Do not fear. Everything is all under control here.
No, but I heard what you
Sir,
said,
if
and you
could
can't.
return to the cargo, madam, if you wouldn't mind, the toilet can be found.
I'm just doing this to both of them. Just go, come on.
He pushes you, Lash.
What seems to be the problem?
the gnome turns and says,
Now come here. Do it.
He's never gonna let
Just
us on
hear
this
me.
train.
No, don't.
I'm just gonna let him throw the axe.
I guess it's my job. I'm gonna throw one of the hand axes instead.
okay. Yeah, disadvantage because he's invisible.
And he has
No, that's what I was gonna ask. Did I see where his eyes like flared up?
Yeah. I assume you're not that worthless. Oh my god. What is Kran's? What is Kran's AC?
it's only 13, but he has resistance to all non-magic weapons.
Oh, okay. Give me the damage.
So that is a magic weapon, isn't it?
Yeah, I think. Actually,
Yeah,
what is?
+1.
It's +1. There were +1 X's.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I'm sorry. Non-magical, non-silver weapons. So I don't know. Is it a silver axe?
Cran's going back home again.
No, I don't think it was.
Bye, Cran.
It is a silver axe, isn't it?
Oh, it has to be non-magic. It basically silvered works as well as magical.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So this is going to do full damage. 9. How much HP does Cran have?
10.
Then the conductor uses his ready
wait.
Too late. It's a readied action.
Can I not like? Oh well, where's he currently standing?
Well, you guys are probably here. He probably, I don't know what is happening to him. He's probably here. The thing is, as soon as he shouts at Gamil
Okay.
throws an axe. It actually launches at Cran. Cran drops his cigar and just goes, shit, boom, hit by a Weevil's hand axe, just boom, it buries into Cran. He goes, He immediately drops his invisibility, and then the conductor goes, punishment!
Counter spell. I'm just gonna reaction counter spell.
Yeah. How does counter spell work?
Vasilius's hand just like gets shadowy for a second, and then as the conductor like does his whatever he's doing, the shadow jumps off of Vasilius's hand and onto the conductor's and just like stuffs the spell back in. Stop that.
You need to make an ability check, actually.
Yeah. What level is that spell?
I don't think you're allowed to know.
Yeah, it's a level 4 spell.
Well,
So it's a
okay.
DC of 14.
DC equals 10 plus the spell's level, and it's a 4th level spell. Okay, so I need to go.
So you have to make a. Yeah,
Wait,
charisma.
he's casting. Wait, hold on. If the spell fails, if it has a casting spell of 4, make an ability check using your spellcasting modifier. Okay, so just roll a straight charisma check, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
You got to be at 14, or Cran gets banished. Hey, he.
Stop that.
Punishment! Hey, what are you doing? It's a demon!
He is bound in my service. He's harmless.
Cran pulls the hand axe out of himself, drops it on the ground, says, "Do you know how much that stings?" And then he floats over towards where you are, Vasilius, and gets behind you.
Just go into the back so you're not. We'll fix it.
He like, as he's walking out, he turns around and says, "See you," and points at Gamil. "I'm gonna get you. I'll get you one of these days. You son of a bitch." He walks out. He walks out, heads to the back.
Do I just?
I
guess I just see him like come in bloodied and.
Yeah, he's not even flying. You've probably never seen him walk around. He's just walking in. He's holding just a huge wound.
Did you bring the drinks?
I think at that moment I walk in because I would have scurried behind him like, I'm getting out of here.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
he looks down at himself and looks up at you and says, "You're gonna need to shut your mouth, you reptile." Hops up on a ledge there. Just kind of holds himself.
Poor little baby.
The conductor says,
I did not realize that you had another friend. Of course, I will have to add that to your tab.
Yeah, feel free. I
What is a
sometimes
ticket? He is sentient.
I sometimes forget that he's tagging along, since he's invisible and all.
Please have him not turn invisible on my train. I'm able to see with some effort at times creatures which are invisible, and of course he took me quite by surprise.
That sounds like a valuable skill to have.
He is not your child, no?
No.
Okay, kids go half price. It is all.
Yeah, right. He said,
I'm very sorry for the disturbance.
Not a problem. At least it wasn't fatal. He'll shrug it off. He's quite resilient.
Yes, you may return to the cargo hold now. Thank you.
No problem. And then just go walking back.
Lash, you probably walk in with a tray of drinks for Strings.
Yeah, so I come in and I have 4 whiskeys and I'm kind of looking over at Cran, wondering whether I should offer him one. Strings here.
Thank you.
Here.
Immediately, I was like, walking, finally.
Vesalius walks in. He just grabs randomly one of the whiskeys off the tray and it's just, I need all of these. Just, not all of them.
Save me one.
And he just chugs.
What happened to Pipsqueak there?
The conductor has in his devil's eyes or something. You could see him.
Cran is laying down.
and he tried to kill him.
He did.
I flung it down.
Funny?
You fucking deserved it. You deserved it.
It was actually going to be a problem. He was casting banishment. I don't know that I could actually bring Cran back to this plane if he succeeded.
That would be such a shame, Cran. We would miss you so much.
I just kind of furrow my brow. I plunk down next to Strings.
Cran is unconscious.
I'm just gonna lean on her like.
Strings. I tried to talk to Arden, but he's not doing well.
You want me
It's
to?
like a vacant. Yeah, I mean, I just don't know what to do. I can't reach him. He just looks far away and still beautiful, but
Of course.
but far away.
It's magnificent. Right. Still like leaning on her like. Oh, right. I'll do it. I'm just gonna
lean my head back over.
down the last drink.
Let him up. No.
And just fucking make my way over to Arden.
Cool. Yeah, Lash, you staying in the cargo area?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give them space because I don't personally know whether it was like Arden didn't feel like opening up to me or
Yeah. Strings, as you walk past Conductor Alphen, he appears to be speaking to a very large, gruff-looking dwarf.
As I see him, I'm like, oh fuck.
For a moment, you feel like you might recognize the dwarf, but you shake it off. You've never met him before. You hear the conductor finish his sentence, and
Yes, sir. Just be careful, okay? And make sure that you stay awake, okay? Because you don't never know when a demon could show up. But hey, you're pretty handy with an axe.
he hands the hand axe back to you that he picks up off the ground. Gamil. And then Strings, you head past.
Hello, sir. How can I help you today? Would you like another drink?
Yes, pour me 4, bring them back. Thank you.
4 whiskeys, yes? Would you
Yes.
like a bottle of strawberry wine?
No, I don't. What the?
I can provide you an aged whiskey that's over 1,000 years old, if you would like. As a connoisseur, of course.
Fucking course. What kind of question is that?
Yes, well, it is quite expensive, only for our most esteemed guests.
How much?
1,000 gold pieces for the bottle.
I just want a little bit.
It is said to grant you the power of flight for a short time.
That's absolutely impossible.
It is said that it might grant even a single dark wish, should you drink the entire bottle in a single night without perishing.
The more you say this, the more I'm going to steal it. You know that, right?
I would love to see you try.
He taps you on the butt.
When String says steal it, you just see Gamil's head perk up like, what?
You couldn't do it if you tried. And I'm just
He,
gonna walk by.
As you walk off, he taps you on the shoulder as he walks off as well and says,
Do not worry, Gamil. It is stored in another plane of existence. You couldn't find it if you wanted to.
Jesus Christ.
walks off past you, Strings and Arden, and heads into the front of the train. The train continues to push through the day now. It is pretty much hitting full speed. You'll notice it's reached its like it's starting to really motor. And Sin River is now quite far in the distance. You just have little more than pure desert in the for a horizon. Nothing else. Strings, Arden.
I'm just gonna plop down in front of Arden, like as I sit down. Like, all right, what's wrong?
Well, I see you're making friends again.
That's what we do. We need to know people.
And then we lure them into death traps.
Yes,
I
like
know.
everyone, they all die. Everyone around us dies, Arden.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want something?
Listen, we're going to lose people. It's going to happen. We're going to lose them, and we're going to bring them back, or we're never going to see them again. It's part of life. And you're not the only one that lost Raja.
Well, I mean, Kenneth, Raja, Calais. I mean, who next, really?
You're a cleric, Arden. You're in the wrong line of work, if this is how you think.
But I'm supposed to keep people alive. I'm not supposed to let them die. They just keep dying and I can't do anything. Have you seen me? The last 2, 3, 4 times, how many weeks have I done nothing as my friends have died?
You can't save us all.
I can't even save myself.
Well, you're the one that's still alive, so you're...
It all will happen in time. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. That's, like you said, life goes on.
When I was up north, everyone I loved died at one point or another. And it fucking sucks. But do you know how I fixed it?
Tell me.
Alcohol.
And
I kept killing things, and it helped. And I kept helping people, and that helps. And the more that you help others, the less shitty you feel about things.
I want to insight check him to see if he's saying alcohol actually did help, or if it's just he's just making up something.
Sure. I assume that alcohol did actually
There is
help.
no deception, my man.
Yeah.
Fucking as like you get a big catch of whiskey, Brad.
Yeah.
Well, I'll work through it. We have a long train ride, and like I said to Lash, whatever happens to us on a train, or any mobility for that matter, you know what happens whenever we just happen to be around? Nothing bad.
Well,
What are a couple dead friends?
well, they won't be dead longer, and I believe in you. I believe as you become more comfortable with yourself and powerful, then you'll find a way to save them. But listen, that fucking bird in the back, she needs to be protected. And only we can do it. So, chin
I
the
will
fuck
do
up.
my best.
We'll get them back. But she can't die.
Insight again. Why does he care that much?
Oh, fuck.
I don't know if it's not really.
Maybe perception?
You can't read his mind.
Yeah.
You can just see whether, it's
Okay.
like reading body language to see whether he's uncomfortable or telling the truth kind of thing. So
Yeah.
if, like he's shifting, he needs to be depending on the reasoning behind what he's saying, might reveal that he seems a little uncomfortable, maybe not as fully truthful or forthcoming.
Yeah, I guess like if you looked at me, I'd be like visibly pained. Also, mouth drooping a little bit from starting to get drunk. But
yeah, I'm not looking for a romantic connection. Arden wouldn't have any idea of that, but it just is it another excuse just to. I assume he's just being sent back. Everybody's going to continually be sent to me until I perk up. Is probably what he's thinking. So it's probably making him even more annoyed.
At the same time, I'm like, you can sulk and you can be angry and mourn. Everyone mourns in a different way, but when we get to this city, we're going to need you. And you better be there.
Oh, I'll be there. I'll be beautiful and amazing. And well, you can count on me, chum. Just clasp his shoulder. You can count on me. And just quietly just look down again.
Yeah, just gonna tap him. We always do. And walk away.
The gnome brings you a tray of 4 whiskeys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I suppose this will be going on your tab.
Yes, of course. And I'm gonna put 2 on the table in front of Arden and pat him on the back and walk away with 2 of them.
The gnome sits on the chair in front of you, Arden, and says,
You look a little down.
Another
As I'm staring down at him.
Is there anything that I can do to make you feel more comfortable on your trip?
I have a very, very large phobia of demons. Could you make sure none show up?
Yes, I would suggest that you do not enter the cargo area of the train.
Yes, I noticed earlier the miscreants. I'm sorry about them. You're such a wonderful friend to me. You know, I feel we've had these connections every time we see you. Would you like to have a whiskey with me?
We have never met before. This is train 0002. Perhaps you are thinking of one of my brothers. My name is Conductor Alphan, and I've only been a train conductor for a small while, which is why my train is in perfect condition. It was repurposed from train 002 in its first iteration, which was destroyed.
Well, I'm sure nothing like that would happen here.
My
And
brother
Alphen,
was slaughtered.
well, I was just told friends die all the time, so...
Yes, well, his loss was my gain. Yes.
Yes, exactly. Well, we shall drink to that, because I won't be able to bring him back anyway.
I'm afraid I do not drink, but please have a drink on me.
Okie dokie.
I'm just going to toss it out the window.
Okay, then.
Fuck! That was good fucking whiskey!
he heads over to the table with the 2, the young couple, and begins to speak to them again.
Another drink for you both. You're looking a little rosy-cheeked. Don't get up to any funny business in the toilet. I keep a very, very clean toilet in there.
And they laugh. And,
Yes, I will get you more strawberry wine. A bottle of strawberry wine, perhaps.
he wanders off.
At that moment, Gamil walks out, and he's just like, you may not want to go in there for a while.
Oh, okay. I will have to prestidigitation. Don't worry. I will clean it.
And he wanders off and heads in there immediately.
I just go back, sit down next to Lash, fucking pat Cran on the stomach, right on the wound.
Cran is
And just,
out of it.
he's fine.
So,
Auden is fine.
Before he gets back in the room, like while they're having their conversation, Vesalius is talking to Lash and just says, "So what's this I hear about Paratons on the last train?
Oh boy. Yeah, so
How did that happen? I heard that they're only drawn to the smell of meat. Were you cooking?"
well no. We just had some really, unbeknownst to us, expensive jerky in the cargo hold. And so yeah, they just kinda came out of nowhere.
Well, if it's like the jerky that we get at Velvet Crown, it's usually sealed in a box that's quite
Oh,
airtight,
well,
so no one
we-
can smell it.
might have opened that box because we were. Yeah. Anyway, they can fly. and kick, and that was, yep.
How did you end up in all this mess?
Oh, well, I needed work because it's a long story, and I kind of hang my head and I dart my eyes over to the empty whiskey glasses. Learned some bad habits from these dudes. It's a
For a
really...
second, I'm thinking about using my mind reading spell to just learn the whole story instantly. But then he's like, I don't want to waste the effort. Actually, no, never mind. He will. He will. As soon as she says it's a long story, he just detect thoughts her right away.
He's gonna see a slideshow of just slaughter, fire, bombs, good time thieving, bad time thieving.
So you just immediately, like, he kind of looks over at you, and you can feel his presence in your head for like a split second, and he just goes, that was a lot.
Did you? Oh. Yeah. It's a... Did you... Were you... You might want to be careful doing that. I've seen some things look on my birdie face, and it's hanging.
Yeah, actually, I'm reading the spell, and she doesn't know. Never mind. Unless
Oh, okay, cool.
Unless it's like a prolonged or extended interrogation, she wouldn't feel it.
But
she does see the like
the jolt.
He does it, and he's like, "Oh, wow, okay."
Yes, I'm sitting there kind of twirling my looking at the floor.
He's gonna brush it off like, I can feel the strain from it, as opposed to I can see
I
everything.
snuck into your mind.
He's like, rough business. Well,
yeah, it was. Hey, do you know anything about bringing dead people back?
Well, that is the plan. We need to get them to the priest at Shallowscar. Most clerics, from my understanding, if they're relatively experienced, can bring a person back right away. But they have to be there at the moment of death and do it instantly. If it's been longer than a day or two, then it's becomes much trickier, and we need a more powerful cleric than what's-his-face.
Well, hopefully we'll find one. I'm gonna have to stay kind of underground when we get there.
You're probably all relatively aware that the process of resurrection is pretty rare.
Okay.
It's expensive, and it requires more materials than you might find in another campaign as well. It doesn't happen very much. It's sort of like equal parts frowned upon and not frowned upon by the clergy and stuff like that. So like though only the archpriests can do it, it's partially because they're the only ones with like the epic levels of divine power to be able to do it. They're not just like shitty little water makers like Arden, who's managed to get a couple of extra little tricks along the way. They're the only people in the land that have truly been trained like real clerics. You know, everyone else is just a fucking little shitty boy to make a cup of water for the nobleman. Whereas the archclerics actually have full clerical ability. And the only issue is that it is also necromancy. So even like only 50% of the arch clerics do it. The rest don't agree with it. They don't really do anything about it because each city runs itself. So, for example, Shallowscar is run by Chancellor Vossler, your old friend Lash.
My dear friend, yeah.
Strings is actual. Well, maybe not. You probably saw her once, Strings.
Yeah.
Probably while you were being briefed.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have done it.
Good
she was
person.
probably-
Love her.
she
Pays
wouldn't
well.
have done it. She wouldn't have done it, but she would
Yeah.
be there.
Yeah.
One of her 3 most trusted advisors / bodyguards would have done it. The town is run by 3 Goliaths underneath her: Morgan, Frelk, and Tolgar. And presumably Morgan would have been the one who gave you the information, even though obviously you would have just gotten the orders from upon high. Once you got to Shallow Scar, Morgan would have been like, "Here's where you go. Good luck. Enjoy your genocide." And she would probably have been there. So you've probably had eyes on her before. Lash, you would have seen her before, just through being in Shallow Scar. I don't think anyone else would have done. Would have actually physically ever met her or seen her or anything. But she is also the head priest of Shallow Scar. And she's a priest of Mistra as well. So a couple of you have some tattoos that she might enjoy. So yeah, just a little land information for like how resurrection is seen. It is equal parts frowned upon and accepted, but extremely rare.
Okay.
2 in 1 day hasn't happened in a long time. It's not a thing that anyone has ever heard of, but I'm sure it's been done before. But yeah, your only hope is to find Vosla and hope that she does it. She probably does.
For some incredible palpable irony here, as I come back in, I'm just like sitting back down and putting my head on Lash's shoulder and sleeping.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
hang
you
on,
guys
hang
wanna
on.
take the opportunity to rest now because you guys are still technically fucked up.
Right. Oh no.
As he does that,
I guess. Oh, yes.
How's
What?
Arden?
He's all right. I'm trying to bring him over to the side of alcohol.
where did you serve?
I'm looking at Strings, waiting to see if he's gonna.
Strings. You said you were military. Where'd you serve?
Crimson City.
In the
Dragoons, 47th Division.
right. The one who are usually dispatched to deal with local disturbances, right?
I'm gonna shoot him a look. Yes.
My brother almost enlisted, that's all. Changed his mind, though.
Good thing he did.
At that moment, Camille walks in.
The fuck are you doing there?
As he does it, I immediately the mood shifts. Like, I told you, there's a fucking dwarf. We have to kill him.
Yeah, my wings go out behind
I'm immediately
my arms.
like up in like halberd in hand. Like, yes.
Yeah, and I'm doing the.
Hey, just doing the rounds, checking the train.
We're good
So,
back here.
Well, no demons or anything like that back here.
No ninjas back here.
He says in plain and full view, sitting next to Kran.
How's he doing?
He's had worse. I've watched him get decapitated, incinerated, swallowed by a. I can't even remember what they're called. It's like it was like a snake that was confused and thought it was a bear. It was long story.
Aye.
It was only a foot tall.
Wait, so we can kill him, and he'll just come back.
No, it's an annoyingly long process for me to bring him back.
I mean, if I need to take my anger out one day, I'm going to.
Well, what's your business here then?
Drinking.
Aside from the alcohol, I can tell you drank a lot.
In the back cabin, drinking alone.
I kind of look
That's,
over to Strings. And I just give him a look of confusion and distrust. Just, I hope you're not going to cause any trouble.
I hope we're not given a reason to.
Gamil sees the coffins, right?
Yeah, there's it's.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sitting on it, but I'm like literally right next to it, basically leaning on it.
So, who's the, just pointing towards it, who's in there?
In which coffin is he pointing at?
I pointed both.
Well, the Raja coffin is way in the back of the train, and Vasilius isn't paying attention to it. He's sitting right next to the Carlias coffin.
Or the Carlias coffin.
Does he see the second coffin? I don't think he could, because like according to this, or like looking at this thing, he'd only see the one coffin, right?
Yeah, I mean these things here are the big ones that go all the way to the roof, right? Like big boxes. These are the smaller ones. So yeah, this one would be a little bit more difficult to see. So you'd probably maybe only see one, Camille.
Yeah, so as he's looking at the one coffin with Carlias, and then Vasilius looks back and says, "That houses Rasha the Red. He was a folk hero in Sin River. Some people really want him back, so..."
Right. How'd he die? If I may ask. I don't want to be treading on anything.
Greed.
What do you mean?
The fighting pits.
At this point, you kind of see a shock of terror, like stun across Gamil's face, and as though he's seen a ghost.
A competitor yourself, are we?
Oh no! Sorry, I have to go. Feeling lightheaded, and Gamil passes out. just a thud onto the deck.
Look at Vasilius. If there was ever better a chance to kill him, it's right now.
I don't think we really need to kill him.
He's the guard?
We could just throw him off the train.
What do you think he has in his pockets?
So, let's just search him real quick. I'm gonna look around for family insignia. I'm gonna look around for family insignia, papers, like transit papers. I know that like in Dustvale probably no one carries around like ID cards, but I'm looking for like a ring with a family symbol on it, a medallion, a letter or of pedigree or anything that would identify who he is.
As you're searching him, I pop up abruptly off the crate, and this is like last time when we're all gonna pass out. You had the whiskey?
Yeah.
And I point at Vasilius and I point at Strings.
What?
I didn't have any of the whiskey.
What?
I saw him have whiskey.
What? Okay, I'm gonna like grab it. Like what?
We're all gonna pass out.
I'm ready to pass out.
I don't think this was poison induced. It looked like it's system shock.
Fainted.
As they're saying this, my head's darting around looking for ninjas.
Lash, it's okay. I mean, I need a nap, and I'm just gonna
Watch here. I had some of the water. Strings. And I'm slapping him.
Gotcha. Anyways, I'm gonna search Camille's pockets.
You rocked her.
Someone's got to do it.
Oh my god.
On him he has like a big fucking great, relatively nice looking axe. Does Scarsbane have any noticeable things on it that say anything or in Dwarvish?
There's a couple of insignias and such on the handle and on the blade.
They would definitely not mean anything to you, I don't think. There's very little that would translate to you as meaning anything as a group.
Right.
There is a couple of hand axes. Did I say weevil on them?
Yeah, they have Weevil's name engraved on them.
I think, yeah, I remember them having that. So it seems like this guy's name is Weevil, spelled like this.
But we've heard Gamil as well, so...
Did he say Gamil?
Yeah, the conductor called him Gamil.
The conductor referred to him as
so
Gamil, yeah.
I'd immediately be like, well...
Maybe, yeah, he has 2 very well-crafted, possibly magical hand axes, small. They have the word Weevil, it looks like a name, engraved in it. I don't think you have anything else.
I'm actually just looking for the house symbol of Grimwolf.
You have some interesting items on you for sure. There's a fucking cool looking... Is it a necklace? The poke ball?
Yeah, the poke ball.
He has a poke ball.
I'm gonna...
which is like a fucking...
At this point in time, it's like really faded metal.
Yeah.
Like rusted kind
I'm
of
gonna
look.
grab it and... Is this what we have as well, or is this something different?
Oh, it looks completely different. That looks like a tinkerer's thing. Metallic.
Is there anything on it I can activate at all, or...?
How did it work? You remember?
Well...
You pushed the button in the middle, I think it was.
I remember it being a button as well, yeah. In which case, there's a button on the center of it.
I'm gonna press it.
we probably...
Fuck it.
In that case, as you press it, it shakes crazy.
I fucked up. I fucked up.
Launches out of your hand, hits the ground.
Gamil instantly just bolts straight up.
And there's a growl. There's a growling noise as something materializes, not the way that Gamil remembers, or maybe all of us remember, but in mist and smoke, this huge direwolf appears.
This is the only time in the entire campaign you're going to hear an actual squawk from Lash as she hops up onto the
This
crate.
fucking great fucking direwolf appears. Now, for the record, anybody who is aware of who this is, this fucking thing instantly barks and growls at you, Strings, Vasilius, Lash, probably smells Cran. This is a very large direwolf, slightly larger than maybe he should be. He also has some grays to his hair. to his
Shit. Oh, Mickey grew up.
He's very big and muscular, but he does look a little older. It looks like he's in his more like waning years. And he has some grays. He's got a few scars and a few scratches on him, and immediately lands, appears, looks up, sniffs the air, sees all of you, notices Gamil kind of like out of it on the ground, and just...
I'm like, hand immediately over Lash, and like...
Gamil bolt up.
I'll banish it. I'll banish it out of existence.
Hold your horses, Lottie.
I've got my rapier out.
Vasilius is bluffing. He's not even actually prepping any kind of a real spell. He's just like prestidigitating some shadows in his hands, and he's like, I'll banish it out of existence.
It's not falling the direwolf, but it might fall Gamil.
Do we even know what the fuck a direwolf is?
They are extremely rare here. You probably wouldn't have ever really seen one. If somebody has one, it's like some sort of exotic pet owner that got it from the Middle Isles or the floating Western lands.
I guess I see Strings
It's
has
just
the
a
football.
massive wolf dog.
No, it popped out of my hand, but I'm still like...
I point at String. You better give me back that thing.
He's on the ground. I didn't...
Go, you go get it.
Fucking-
I'll handle Mickey.
I'll
handle
Mickey.
Mickey. Go and get it.
I just mage hand the
Right.
artifact on the ground straight to myself.
Never mind. What the fuck is that?
It's my companion.
You have a wolf.
I walk over to Mickey and I hands on either side, just like, oh, calm.
He does that thing that dogs do where they look at you like, are you sure, motherfucker? Because I'll fucking kill her. I'll fucking go.
I got this.
I'll fucking go. All right, they're cool. Okay, they're cool. And then he kind of like he stays like relatively like in an attack stance. He doesn't like sit down or anything, but he stops growling. He's like transfixed by all of you lot, but seems to respond to Gamil and calm down visibly.
And kind of just like hands on both sides,
black
just kind
style.
of stroking and just, alright, it's okay.
Right.
It's okay.
You have a fucking wolf?
Aye.
A wolf
You
that
woke
lives
him
in a wolf that lives in a ball, no less.
Also,
Aye.
you just passed out,
Yeah, you fainted.
I just pressed the button again.
and I go,
Yeah, nothing happens when you push it again.
This is right. You
Pass it to me.
fell. We mentioned someone dying in an arena, and you freaked the fuck out. And then somehow, I've no idea how, the wolf just came out of the ball. It was crazy, really.
I pull the ball up to like Mickey's face just so he sees it. Hey, you're going back. Rest. Relax.
Mickey takes a couple of
Bran,
steps.
why can't you be this intimidating?
Cran's out of it, dude. He's fucking like.
I know. He's
he's still
past
gonna
one-
insult
He's
him.
like,
He's 1
I have
foot
this
fucking
crap,
tall.
I have this crappy little passed out, half drunk, half like
Dull.
burnt cigar looking imp on the brink of death, being like a foot tall, and I'm looking at the direwolf like, why can't I get sent something like this every time I do the ritual?
Cran is in his long rest right now. The Mickey takes a couple of steps forwards and then begins to sort of just melt, like evaporate kind of thing. And he evaporates into a very kind of grayish mist. He takes a couple of steps before he's just smoke and then he's gone again.
Your wolf.
Seemingly.
I put the necklace back on.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, note to self for you guys: don't ever touch my medallion.
Yeah, you fell unconscious, landed on the ground, and your medallion hit the floor, and the
Yeah,
thing popped out. of
Totally
it.
wasn't us. We never did it.
Rather,
It wasn't
rather
me.
startling.
It was terrifying.
yeah, that's what happened.
I don't remember exactly where I got it from, but I can imagine it's gotten old in its age.
Right.
Also, your passing out thing.
Oh,
You're
what?
fucking cool. We're gonna have a drink.
Wait, what happened? What?
Sure, the drinks, cause you just passed out.
He's
I-
a
what
dwarf.
now?
Dwarves drink. Carlisle drank, right?
Yeah, but
Who's Carlisle?
hopefully that whiskey is safe. I'm
Um,
still looking around.
He's a dwarf too.
Yes, he's a.
Oh,
dwarf.
you got another dwarf companion in your group.
No, no, no. He's
Ah.
not. He's not with us. Unfortunately, he died in a fighting pit.
Actually, he died in the Underdark.
Did you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's
Wait,
right.
It happened
It was-
yesterday. You
Oh yeah,
should
that's right.
remember this.
But he would have died in the fighting pit, cause
That's
you know,
true, but he was
Boyd
he was
turned
a
into a
fucking craven.
dragon and
Gamel turns away from the group. Why does everyone want to go to a fucking fighting pit? What is
Ah,
their
There wa- there
fascination
was a
with
lot
fighting?
of-
There's really good rewards there.
a lot
They're
of money.
great.
Don't you know you can die?
Well, yeah, we know that now. Someone fucking
Well,
died. We
yeah,
told you
that's
that.
why we. That's why I mentioned the guy in this coffin died
That-
in the fighting
That's
pit.
we know that he just died. Like 2 days ago, we've lost 2 people in 2 days.
Gamel begins to hyperventilate. Oh,
My God,
right.
we have a dwarf with
I don't
anxiety.
think- Yeah, don't,
No,
you're not doing too.
Yeah, you okay?
You
You
sure
look
you're
like
the
you need a drink.
guard Here.
Oh.
You,
Did you die in a?
give me an ale.
Did you die in a fighting pit? You look pretty upset.
I can't remember who died.
Oh well, then who
Crazy.
cares?
I love him. He's fucking crazy.
No, I have this feel of dread.
That's called living.
No, that's constipation.
Right.
That's the feel of living.
I'm gonna go get drinks. And I'm just gonna like put my arm around him and just try and walk him out and just like look at them like just fucking chill, just chill. I'll distract him.
While he was unconscious and we searched through all of his stuff, the insignia that I was, or like the house flag that I was looking for specifically was Grimwolf, to make sure he's not related to the rich clan that we were pretending to be associated with.
No, definitely
Okay.
not. This guy's a fucking like a bum. He looks fucking crazy. He looks like he spent his life in fighting pits.
Gotcha.
He's huge. He looks like the cross between like a sand walker and somebody who's been in the fighting pits their whole life and then maybe fought an entire war by himself and then maybe you got transported to a demonic evil plane, fought a Cthulhu creature, and then ended up here and doesn't remember any of it. That's what this guy is.
That's really specific. As they're heading out and Strings like shoots me the look, I'm just gonna like message him back and just say, I don't think he's a problem. He doesn't seem affiliated with the Grimlolfs in any way, so he can't blow our cover.
Perfect. Well, if we need to, I'll put a dagger through his face. Don't worry. But I'm going to get him drunk, and I'm going to figure out why he's so fucked up. This is great.
Or just throw him off the train.
Also,
Worst
really-
comes to worst.
Right, but we keep the wolf.
Well, you'd have to steal the medallion.
Well, I mean, we have a
I
road.
guess that,
We're fine.
that shouldn't-
The bird
yeah,
will
that
get it.
shouldn't be too hard. Right.
Is everybody having a little rest?
Yeah, I
I'm
think.
doing.
For sure.
Yeah,
I'm doing
You don't have to.
at least
You
a
don't
short
have to.
rest.
Yep.
You're perfectly welcome to not rest at all.
I'm gonna long
Every-
rest by trading war stories with Gamil, which I'm sure we can do at some point. But
Yeah. Mickey Rourke is no longer there.
fucking Mickey, dude. Is he still the
Yeah.
armor?
Yeah, he's still got
Yeah.
the whatever it's called.
So bad.
It's got like that, right? Yeah.
yeah, that's how we. Yeah.
It's barding. That's what it's called. Yeah. No, he looks exactly. So Gamil and Mickey are actually from Storm King's Thunder, which was a campaign that we ran on Jay's channel. And at one point they got they killed a fucking whole pack of wolves, but one of the wolves, they managed to convince to join them as the new pack. And he was a little younger back then, a little smaller, not as great.
Running theme. We just kill an entire family of something and then take the straggler. Just
And
a
then
very.
take the straggler. Yeah. You and Connor. I always thought it was Austin Marie, but actually it's you and Connor that would have clearly incited, the worst in other players. I always blamed Austin because she was a noble, neutral character. Yet there is a correlation here between you two.
I mean, I did try and tame a chocobo and what else?
You spent a long time trying to get a thing, and you did. At the end of Storm King's Thunder, they were transported to another place. The fucking Cthulhu tentacle appeared out of a giant mist, sank their boat, stole them away to another world. And we have no idea what happened, but we do know that Gamil is here and Mickey is here, and they both look a little older and a lot more fucked up. You guys will take a long rest now. Sit, rest, sleep. It's fine. Nothing happens. Nothing's going to attack you. Nothing comes out at you during this time. You guys can have your full complement of spells back, full HP, and you get half of your hit die rounded up, I think, back. In general, you're left alone. The gnome just meticulously cleans most of the time. He seems a little OCD, but he also just seems relatively proud of his train. So he's cleaning and checking. Anybody that's awake, he offers you drinks and food. The other two people that are on the train, you won't see the driver or the warmaker. They'll be up at the front. The other two do this similar thing to you. It's the middle of the day, but they sort of kick back and take a nap as well. And you guys spend the next 8 hours on the train, heading towards Shallow Scar, resting and chilling out and maybe getting to know Gamil a little bit. That's also where we're going to go to our first and only break.
Pagu Champu.
Because I need to pee.
Same. We'll be back at 3 to 5, everyone. See you guys in a few.
Welcome back to the fucking show. Welcome back to the fucking show.
Are we having a Lash and Strings moment or something?
I wasn't gonna fucking say it. Speaking of which, no.
Yeah, give Arden a few more hours maybe, and we'll see. He's already probably pestering the conductor.
No. Arden, you have moved around your token for any reason in particular?
Yeah, he's pestering them. He's probably trying to teach them how to,
Drive the
train.
At some point you head up to the front of the train. As soon as you arrive and open the door, the train driver doesn't really give two fucks. He seems to just be kind of like slouched on one side of it, just kind of one eye on what he's doing and half asleep. But immediately, the watermaker, the other cleric, on board, spins and turns to you. The last one that you met, I think his name is Clayland.
Yeah.
He was like, fuck off, yeah. Very, very bedraggled looking, very dirty, covered in coal and stains. And this guy is very different. His clothing is still like hempen and cheap made, but relatively clean. He's very tall. He's about 6'2", and he's very thin. And he has relatively like dark skin, sort of tanned for an elf, who are usually very like pale, sparkly Twilight style in Dustvale. And he turns to you immediately, locks eyes with you, and then relaxes a second, as if he was expecting someone else maybe, or was expecting something else. And he says, sorry there, brother. How can I help?
Oh, well, it's good to see another brother of the cloth, of the water, the life-giving.
And I hold out my hand to do our super secret cleric handshake.
He goes to shake your hand, but has no idea what you're trying to do.
And I just do a little thing all around him. Just
Yeah.
Right, yes. I'm sorry, I don't think I studied at the same cloisters. Where did you learn to make water?
Well, a little north of here, actually. Some say Sin River. I say a land of opportunity. Old Sin River humor, right?
Oh, the train is going to Shallow Scar, which means that Sin River is south, and we're going up to Shallow Scar, then on to Crimson City. That's where I'm from. So perhaps I don't know your ways of shaking hands down there. I do apologize. I've always just shook hands before.
It's okay. You're very anxious. I just wanted to make sure the water was flowing and you were doing well. Do you need anything? And then I look at the conductor and making sure the train is running well. I don't want to alarm anybody, but I dabble in driving the trains.
Oh, you've driven trains. The driver sort of turns to you. He has a flask in his hand and undoes the top of it a little bit. And, you've driven a train, have you? Yeah, I bet you have.
I did, actually.
To drive the train. Oi, driver, can we drive a train? Oh, let my little kid drive a train. I'll pay you a copper.
Well, I mean, honestly, I would never ask you to relinquish your wonderful beast. Just last time, ninjas and a god attacked, and you guys were unconscious, so I took over. It was all, and see, look right here. Here's the train horn, toot toot, right? Yes.
Yeah. Whatever you say, buddy. The cleric.
Yes, right there. This one has a delay. You might want to get that looked at.
Turns to you and says, "We don't think we need anything. Alphen, he runs the sort of strict ship, so I'm afraid we won't be needing any help. Of course, please just take a seat and enjoy the ride."
Yes, Alvin, my good friend. I should go find him, and I'll just give him a little pew pew guns as I slowly back out,
and I'll go harass Alphen wherever the hell he happens to be.
Yeah, sure. As you step out, the the other cleric follows you and says, "Just quickly, are you part of the party that brought the coffins on board?"
Well, I am the party.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah, the coffins and they are yours.
Well, yes. Well, I mean, they were here already, I think. I didn't make any. I don't like creation. I feel it's a little arrogant, you know. The gods up there, they create the things. I think it's what?
Oh,
Well, what were you talking about?
yeah, it's nothing, but I got the sense that there was something off about them, wouldn't you say?
I haven't looked at them. Can I? Where are they again? The back?
I would assume so. Do you
Okay.
do you understand the basics of good
CQC?
and evil and
Oh.
perhaps I should accompany you to the back.
I would love that. Let's do this. Let's do this. And I'll bust through the front into the cabin. Arden is back, baby. And this guy's with me too.
The two sort of like partially sleeping people.
Don't you worry, I won't bite. Good to see you. Welcome to the train. So good to be back.
The water maker like pushes you forward and kind of like does like a just stay. That's okay. Just go back to sleep. It's fine. And heads with you to the back of the train into the area where everybody else is resting. Cran is back up, looking, feeling good. He's sitting, smoking a cigar, every now and then calling strings a twat. And Arden and the water maker head into the area.
Doesn't even get a name.
He does have a name.
He does.
Kavast.
That's the best part.
Vast, but you don't know that.
Yeah.
So Arden steps into the area with you, and then there's all of you sitting around, not looking suspicious whatsoever. Oh, that's quite a lot of you.
What's Vasilius kind of stands up, only mildly alarmed that someone's gonna get near the coffin that contains his payday. What's the occasion?
I was wondering if you wouldn't mind if me and my companion here could check these here coffins. Something seemed off to me, that's all.
I feel like it's better to leave the dead undisturbed. What do you mean off?
I'm not sure exactly. That's what I wanted.
I'm messaging Strings while this is going on. He's got a point. There were 2 coffins at the train. I didn't request them. They were already there.
Knock on them.
Maybe they're being... Well, there weren't any bodies inside. We would have seen it when we put your 2 companions in. But maybe
there might not be bodies right now.
Well, that or there might be like false bottoms. It's a common smuggler's trick. You could use a hollowed out plank or something within the coffin, smuggle drugs.
I think Gamil would perk up his walk over to the water guy.
Okay, hold on. and Vasilius will walk over to it, but he's being like very protective of it in the sense that anyone else who's trying to touch the coffin, Vasilius is like kind of getting in between them. I will check the coffin.
I'm walking to the guy with Arden. I'd back up.
I'm going back to Rogers.
I can handle this from here. You can go back to your duties.
What struck you as off about the coffin exactly?
As much as I appreciate your help there, Gamil, it's more of a clerical duty, which is not usually something I take upon myself, but if I'm honest, something in those coffins is evil.
What do you mean?
Yeah, if you've ever been to the wastelands in the south, you'll have noticed that there are all sorts of creatures of an undead nature wandering around. And I have a terrible feeling that one of them's in one of those, and I just wanted to make sure that passengers on the train be quite safe.
I'm standing next to Raja's coffin, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, so you moved over to the back?
Yeah, sorry, I said it, but I think it wasn't heard.
Would Strings, is he pretty used to doing the telepathy, or would he have moved his lips unconsciously a little bit when he was speaking?
No, I'm pretty used to it.
Yeah, I would imagine he's pretty good at it.
We've been doing it back. We've been doing it back and forth every day since we met.
Okay.
Especially
Yeah, I didn't know if
the
that was a
like
personal take.
48 hours in the Underdark too, right? We had to get used to that.
Yeah, I'm just very attentively looking at every single person. I haven't seen these people for like half a day or something.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Well, if that's all it is, then I don't think we have anything to worry about. We've personally attended to these 2 bodies. We know they're not going to come back to life or anything like that.
well,
I can,
Arden, what's wrong?
where did the coffins come from?
They were here.
Were they here?
Hmm.
Why were they here? I'm gonna look at Kavas. My friend, why were there coffins here? Is this a thing with trains?
Oh, well, yes, sometimes people, of course, like to return loved ones that have been traveling. And this is the most safe and secure way to do it, just like any other cargo, I suppose.
But even if
The-
those were here, how did they know to have them ready for us?
One of the
Where are the
inside chickens.
others?
I don't know. I thought that you brought them on yourself. Are you not part of the...
Yes, these are our coffins. We purchased them in the city and brought them on board.
Well, how about we just take a look if you're bothered by it?
All right. Just don't disturb the bodies. And I'm going to very carefully lift up the lid to Carlias's coffin.
The cleric stands behind you and casts a subtle spell himself as well. By subtle spell, I don't mean the sorcerer's ability. In fact, he's going to stand right here. He's going to close his eyes and he's going to cast a spell for a moment. Just give me 1 second here, and as you open it up, you see Carlias's body. It remains.
Can I detect that he's casting the spell?
It's pretty obvious. He's not doing it secretly.
Okay, can I try to identify the type of spell that he's casting?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
I would probably be interested as well, considering every time we get on a train, something blows up.
Yeah, sure. You can give me an Arcana check with advantage. Nice. You both are aware. Arden, you're familiar with it a little more obviously. Maybe you pick up on it a little quicker. And Vasilius, you've seen other clerics maybe cast this. This cleric, this water maker, seems to have some trouble at first. He doesn't just go blah and it's done. He doesn't really know what he's doing. He sort of seems like he's struggling with it at first, but then he does cast it. He casts Detect Evil and Good, which means that for the duration he knows whether there's an aberration, a celestial, an elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of him.
Right.
He immediately snaps his head over and sees Cran and says, "Oh, wait. Oh, that's with you, right?"
Yes.
And Cran, shut up.
As soon as that happens, Vasilius is going to turn to him and say, Cran was actually sitting on one of the coffins on the way in, so I'm pretty sure that's what you detected, and that's why it felt off.
No. I guess so.
I'm gonna kick Raja's coffin.
Yeah, there's no response unless.
Does it feel hollow?
No, Raja's in there as far as you can tell. The cleric
Look at me.
seems to be content with the idea that he was sensing Cran when you guys were brought on.
I don't fucking trust you. That's the.
I mean, that's how he looks. He
Okay.
seems to he stops casting his spell. He sort of relaxes a little bit.
Yep. Can't put one past you. I'm closing the lid to Carlias's coffin. Can't put one past you, I guess. Hard to sneak an imp past a cleric.
Well, I don't know if you would even call me a cleric, but it's been a while since I've had to cast anything other than make water.
I know the feeling. You're doing great.
Well, I have duties to attend. I'm sorry to have disturbed you. I just wanted to make sure that everything was okay and that you weren't in trouble. There's certain things that I am aware of that sometimes the conductor misses, and nice to see you all and have a safe journey then.
Can I?
Appreciate your concern. Can I insight check what
Yeah.
he's saying?
Did I get anything from my insight check of him? It was
you
a
rolled
2.
a 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, at best you're discombobulated. You're like, I don't know, this guy's maybe crazy. He seems to you, Vasilius, to be like a little confused, like not sure, but more so unsure of himself than, being like, oh, I've done a sneaky. He seems like a little bit more like, I think I've done my best here. Bye. So yeah, he seems to be, as far as you can tell, telling the truth. It seems to be, seems to have done what he wanted to do. He checked. He found an imp.
Right. Well,
didn't sense anything else. I believe.
Vasilius is content to just let him walk out of the room then. And,
Did he produce a little water when he did the detect magic? I just assume every time he casts a spell, it just shoots a little water out.
He
just dribbles.
He stops by in the toilet and produces water.
Right. As soon as he's out of it, Vasilius just pops the thing open and he's like double checking to make sure nothing's out of place, and also like feeling around the inside of the coffin for like a false bottom or a like a storage compartment that's hidden if it were used for smuggling. And he's also going to look for any, again, family crest, insignia, messages, or writing that would indicate who these things belong to, because we did kind of steal the coffins from someone.
Okay, yeah, give me 2 investigation checks, 1 for each coffin.
Okay.
Is anyone else helping?
Yeah, I'm going to investigate Raja's
people are
coffin.
investigating.
I'm guessing Gamil sees them doing this.
Yeah.
Don't you know not to mess with the dead?
They are dead though, so we can fuck with them how we want.
Yeah, and these
Also, you should ask for
coffins
permission at least.
we're waiting
Permission
here for
from
us.
who?
The
There's
dead.
no-
You don't touch the dead. You have to.
I'm gonna poke Raja. You
That's
almost
just
killed
wrong.
me once.
I don't care if he nearly killed you. That's just wrong.
Now I'm poking his dead body. Actually, I killed him yesterday, so I got my revenge. Never mind, we're good.
Arden's just gonna open up a box near him because he feels left out. He's just gonna inspect it very seriously.
A random box.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Auden,
Yes,
good to have you back.
it's good to be back.
How beautiful does Arden look today? Out of curiosity, is it?
Let's find out.
I was just before I tell him he looks beautiful. You look beautiful.
He looks very good.
I didn't want him to like roll in out one. You look beautiful, and like ah, and like he runs out.
Yeah. So someone's like super sick and they come out of like the bathroom. Do I look okay? You look beautiful.
So how'd our investigations go?
So, looking
hang on.
through the coffins, checking over both Carlias's and Raj's, they seem to be just pretty standard-looking coffins. They look pretty well made, though. They do look like somebody paid a good amount of money for them.
Well, not us.
Not you, no. They are sized correctly, aka one seems to be for an average adult dwarf and one for an average adult human. They have an inlay of silk, which is expensive as well. And they're sturdily made. In terms of actual decoration, though, nothing really besides being well crafted. There's no markings, no hidden writings, literally no clues on them whatsoever. They look like they were purchased from a high-end coffin maker, and that was it. Yeah.
I've got I've got
Oh.
nothing. So unless
There's no
it's
trapdoors or hidden bottoms as well.
What-
You would check.
I've got nothing. So unless it's like a pair of vampires planning to travel by train, I have no idea what they're for.
But why
I'll-
did he have them waiting for us?
I'll be right back, and I'm gonna like go and just kind of like hook my arm around Lash's real quick and be like, "Come with me, real quick."
Whoop.
If she comes,
Did,
if not,
Oh yeah, I'm going.
gonna find
Did you all
Alphen.
see Carlisle, by the way?
What do you say?
Like when they opened up, would Camille have seen them?
I imagine
Carlisle?
so. Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't have done if you were looking. Yeah.
I'll wait until they've done their part.
Did I find anything in the crate I just ripped open?
Oh, you ripped open a random crate?
Oh yeah, because I wasn't included in the.
It's like a little note that says it's all your fault. like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were, which crate did you open? Ping it.
Just you know what? I'm actually gonna go with the one right above me.
This one here?
Yeah.
Yeah. You rip open a crate. Just at random.
Yeah.
Inside, you find
Meat, and here come the Paratons.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
lots and lots and lots of bags, like hempen bags, and on the right, on the side of them, there's some writing that just says porridge.
All right, I'm just gonna feel around in there. I'm trying to just emulate to look like I'm important too. I'm feeling for like secret compartments and bullshit.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
taking this very seriously.
Yeah, on a 9, you
Yeah.
try moving most of them around. You look about for secret compartments. It does seem like this is just a box containing different porridges. On the left-hand side of the box, it's wheat porridge. On the right-hand side, it's barley porridge. Other than that, no secret compartments, no magical hidden rings, which are definitely in there, by the way. They're just a hidden compartment that you didn't find on a 9. And or are they? Let's see who wants a meta game.
I'll just cast guidance on Arden real quick.
Yeah, no, it's just a box full of porridge being transported from one place to another.
He's just trying really hard to come up with something witty and intelligent and something to help the team, and it's not happening as everybody else is seriously talking about stuff. I'll just try and like push it, just shove the nails and stuff back in.
As I walk by, I'll pat him on the back real quick and drag Lash to go find Alphen real quick. And just there's something that's not sitting right.
Yeah. The conductor is in the main carriage, sitting counting gold.
I'm gonna walk up and you.
Yeah, he fucking visibly shits his pants.
Again.
So sorry, I didn't. Okay.
Even here you're waking up. Sometimes I get very focused on my work.
My armor literally clinks.
I
You should.
get very, very focused.
Right.
I'm very meticulous.
Coffins in the back.
Yes.
Where'd they come from?
Some fine gentlemen brought them along. For you, you said. You must have known them.
What'd they look
Dressed
like?
very well. Tieflings. They looked connected.
Lash?
You know what I mean?
Yes, I
Connected.
know what you mean.
So
They were not dwarves, as you may have expected from such a rich family of dwarves.
Many people. I'm a dragonborn and I work as his guard. So, but
Of course, yes.
did they give names?
No. They simply said 2 coffins. Please do not destroy them. Look after them. They are for some VIPs, which stands for a very important persons. And then a minute or so later, you walked up, and with 2 bodies, you said they were the Grimlarv. That makes sense. That you were for you. Yes, you said they were for you.
Yes, I'm just curious about the. There's been some inner turmoil. No, it's inner turmoil in the houses. We wanted to make sure they were safe.
I'm afraid the coffin's quality is not up to my, up to me. It is
that's
up to you to inspect the quality of the coffins before you purchase them, and of course they were
course.
delivered to me on the
yes.
train.
Well, as
And
you
brought the bodies for them.
Sure
Very
you-
courteous of you to think ahead. I do not like to take bodies onto the train.
I'm sincerely sorry that someone
They
died.
carry all sorts of diseases. We're
It's
carrying a body
A
around.
terrible
on the-
thing. Yes. Have you ever seen a body?
I have seen two today. They were on your shoulders as you approached.
Right. Tieflings, Lash. Do we know tieflings?
Well, when I went with Raja to see the Chancellor, she had tieflings in her employ.
Right. Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're
You're
quite welcome. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
absolutely. How long until we get there?
It should be only a matter of hours, just after sundown.
Lovely. We'll go back to guarding the bodies of the coffins that we most definitely own.
Of course.
Thank you.
Yes. Would you like supper?
Oh, that would be wonderful.
We can offer you wheat or barley porridge.
You know, I think we're fine. We've never been better. Thank you.
Absolutely no problem. I must get back to my work here.
Right. And just gonna. He's a fucking odd one. Are all
That's
gnomes
a-
this weird?
A lot of gold.
As soon as your conversation's concluded, you would see that Vasilius has been standing in the corner, and he's just got his arms folded and his head tilted down, but his eyes are up.
Yeah.
And he's just, like clearly been eavesdropping the entire time, and then just walks back with you without saying anything.
Yeah.
I
No, I was going to
fella.
say the train actually slows down a little. Quite obviously, you would notice that it loses a fairly decent amount of speed over the next sort of 20 minutes or so.
I kind of wave over to Vasilius. I didn't know he was a dwarf in there.
Yes,
That's the one you lost.
yes, that's Rasha the Red.
Weird name for a dwarf.
I believe it was a nickname given to him after his multiple victories in the fighting pits.
You're very adamant about that darn fighting pits, eh?
Well, that was mostly his career, yes.
I assume
Can I
these-
insight check that?
Yeah.
Looking over Camille, he probably wouldn't.
Yeah, no, he seems to be telling the truth.
Right. Did he ever tell you his dwarven name? Or where he's from?
His dwarven name, I believe it was Carlias.
Elias. Huh. Whereabout is he from then?
Oh, should
I
I?
haven't seen a dwarf like him in a while.
I haven't the slightest clue. I never asked him his origin.
That's odd.
While they're
What are you
chatting
planning on
about
doing with
the-
him?
Well, his family is rather distraught, and they asked us to consult the archpriest for help to see if we could have him brought back.
Like a resurrection thing.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, I feel like I've done that before. I
You've
don't know.
conducted a resurrection.
Not myself. No, I want to say I've seen one.
Oh. Where at? There's not very many priests here that can do it.
I don't remember, honestly. My memories of... It's all smoke and mailers at this point. I feel like you're looking at one thing and it's not there. Just a reflection.
You have amnesia or something along that.
I'm
like
new.
that.
I'm new what now?
You lose your memory.
I mean, I remember pretty well. I've been
How
working
far?
on this train for maybe a year or so.
And what do you remember before that?
Uh, don't exactly know. Just know that the fighting pits are a bad place to start.
Yeah, can I insight check his I don't remember anything from more than a year ago?
Yeah. He seems to be telling the truth. He probably has some sort of amnesia, maybe some PTSD.
So you're not the slightest bit concerned that you don't remember anything prior to this year of you working on the train.
I remember Mickey. I'm gonna hold the medallion.
Right.
I know I've had him for a while, but
I could probably tell you where you've been.
you can. How? You haven't got like a magic ball, have you?
I'm gonna just like put my hand on his forehead and do the detect thoughts thing again. Except this time I'm gonna do like the deeper probing half of it.
Great, both my characters have got probed.
get probed. He has an intelligence over 3, yes. Initially learns surface thoughts, what's on its mind at the moment. As an action, shift your attention to the creature's thoughts or attempt to probe deeper into the same creature's mind. Yeah, so I'm gonna attempt to probe deeper into his mind and see what I can dig up. He can definitely feel it.
You can contest this, I think, though, right?
Yeah, he can try to fight it, which is a wisdom save. If you're gonna try and force it out.
I think in confusion, because Camille's gonna just be like very cautious, but let it happen.
Yeah. Vasilius is trying to shove his way past the amnesia to see what's going on in there.
Vasilius, I would like you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Oh.
Lash, I would like you to make me a wisdom saving throw. And Strings, I would like you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, can you just fuck off for one episode? Like,
Nope.
fucking course.
Okay, so what did I... 3 fails. First thing that happens... Vasilius,
Mm-hmm.
you see...
I would of course roll a 3.
Yeah. No, I rolled a 3.
No, you rolled 9. Still
Well,
failed.
I have a 3 with my +6 modifier.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You get a few flashes, images, nothing that probably would make any sense to you. You see somewhere off continent, a land, lots of snow. You see a small blue fish floating around in a land entirely made of grey snow, something like that. You see a tower made entirely of ice. You see a small boat, a handful of people on the boat who look a little afraid of something, and then you see a great tentacle. And as the tentacle reaches out from beyond this thought, it seems to actually reach for you. You instinctively try to avoid it, but it actually seems to get you. You then see, and this is where you fail your wisdom saving throw, you see an old man, very old looking man, so old in fact that his face begins to rot and melt. His skin pulled taut over the skeleton almost completely disappears until he is nothing but the skeleton. And then you can roll me 1d4, please. For the next hour, you do not remember anything. So as soon as you snap awake from this, you have no memory of anything. You can speak, you can understand how to language, but you also have an extreme immediate amnesic reaction to this.
So wait, hold up. I can't remember what happened during that hour, or for 1 hour I can't remember anything.
You have full amnesia for 1 hour.
Okay.
The only thing that you know is the words Azalin Rex. It's the only thing that keeps going through your head over and over again. Azalin Rex. Azalin Rex. It means nothing to you. But it keeps playing over and over. You don't know who you are. You don't know who these people are. You don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Who was next on the list of fails? Lash.
Yeah.
A vision of your friend Call appears before you, your Kenku friend. Relatively friendly thief from your old home, the nests outside of Shallow Scar. As far as you're concerned, you see all this happening around you. You are instinctively turned one way, and there he is on the train. He opens his mouth as if to cry out. For a moment, there's no sound. Blood and maggots just fall from his beak and start falling to the ground and spreading out across the floor. It doesn't just spread in a pool, it starts to move as if it's coming towards you. Then he does scream, and it lets out a complete wave of concussive energy. Can you roll me 1d100?
Yeah.
Strings. A dark figure appears in front of you. A large, shadowy, demonic form. A set of smoke-like wings spread forth from it as it reaches for you. It grabs you by the throat. Your arms instinctively go up to try and grab at him and pull this strong wrist away from you, but it squeezes. You can't move it. It's like trying to pull a building. You can't move it at all. It squeezes and squeezes and squeezes. Roll me a d100 as well.
Oh,
Lash.
fuck.
Lash, you take 60 psychic damage. Strings, you take 58 psychic damage. And then all three of you awaken from this living nightmare, shaken but otherwise unharmed. Vasilius, you don't know even your own name. Both of you two, bang, you're just out of it. You're probably a couple of paces back from where you were. Something definitely happened to everyone around you. Arden, as far as you're concerned, there was just a moment where everybody acted weird. Gamil, you felt Vasilius sort of rooting around in your brain. There was an uncomfortable feeling, and then Vasilius kind of snaps out of whatever magic he was casting.
Yeah. So just
We didn't actually take that damage?
No.
that would be almost enough to like be insta kill.
Pretty fucking close.
That was almost an instant kill. Yeah. So Vasilius just kind of retracts his hand and goes,
Well,
"What? Who are you?"
Well, what
What do you mean?
do you mean, who are we?
I?
And what the
I have
heck just happened?
no idea what you just did, Vasilius, but I don't want you to ever do it again.
Who's Vasilius? Right.
What?
That's
What
my
do you
name.
mean, who's Vasilius? And did anyone notice the train slowed down and he said it was going to be hours? And what the
Are you
hell just happened to my head?
are you a Zalen?
What?
No. Would I know the
No.
name? Azalin?
The name Azalin Rex would terrify you, but you wouldn't know why.
No. No.
Are any of you a Zalen? He's kind of pointing around the room.
No.
No.
No, and you're Vasilius, and what happened to us?
Who are you again? I'm sorry.
I'm Lash.
Right.
What happened?
Train still attached?
Yeah, the train's going. It seems to be moving a lot slower. It's coasting at this point.
We're on a train. Where am I going right now?
Are you serious?
You have no idea?
I'm quite deadly serious. Who
He
are
needs
you?
a drink.
I do not
don't-
need a drink. I need an answer. Where are we going?
We're going to Shallow Scar.
No, I need to be in Sin River.
No.
No,
You
you don't.
you don't.
You better start talking. What did you
Look,
do to me?
We didn't do anything. We didn't do anything to you. Something happened to us too, but it seems to have happened worse to you.
I'm gonna insight check her "we didn't do anything" statement.
Yeah. She seems to be telling the truth. They all seem almost as confused as you.
Camille never did anything aggressive towards it. It just all of a sudden he did a spell and all of a sudden everything just went bonkers.
Yeah, as far as you're concerned, it looks like Vasilius fucked something up. Remember, Vasilius is still a relatively new member.
Yeah.
You've only known him for a day and a half
Yeah.
as well. And he does all sorts of weird fucked up shit, like calls forth an imp. The imp, for the record, is sitting behind you and kind of laughing.
I was just
What
little shit.
What is that?
That's an imp.
yours.
Hey, you there.
Let me
What?
go home.
I'm gonna grab him by the
Don't
throat
let him go. Don't let him
and
go
just
home.
look at him and don't you say a fucking thing, imp.
Cran is gonna sting you.
That's fine. I'm going to open the box of porridge and shove him in a bag of porridge.
Cool. Yeah.
And then fucking lock it and sit on the box.
He tries to bite you, but you have a gauntleted hand, so he just shit.
Not today. Just
Yeah.
fucking hold the sack or sit on the box. We'll take the sack later.
He almost definitely cannot escape this because he has a strength of 6. I'm not even going to try and roll.
I'm gonna knock on the box.
Cran, has this happened before?
Oh, my bad.
Really?
I'm gonna open it, but keep the choke hold to the bag, like, still closed.
All right. Okay. Enough of that. I need.
What?
He's fucked something up. That's what he's
What?
done.
What day is it?
Sunday?
What year is it?
The age of
It's a
8,
Wednesday,
14.
and it's always Wednesday.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow.
It's 2017.
Today.
I'm gonna look at Lash and like, Cran, watch this. You've been in a coma for 48 years.
Yeah, all right.
We found you, alone, destitute. And the only thing that can get your memories back is by killing this imp.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna immediately insight check that.
Yeah, Inception.
Oh,
He's
fuck!
lying. Don't listen to him. Listen, they're all evil. They've done this to you. They're gonna try and kill you. They need your blood.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna
all right.
insight check. I'm gonna insight check Cran.
Pulling the string closed and fucking out. I'm gonna take the bag and just off the fucking box.
Cran's telling me I need to kill them all.
Oh shit!
Oh no!
In his desperation, you hear Cran from inside the bag going,
They're gonna kill you. They need to desanguinate you and get your blood. Funky shit. They're trying to kill us both. I'm your only friend. My name's Azalin. My name's Azalin.
His name is Cran. Vasilius.
they're lying.
Hold on a moment.
Vasilius, they're
Right.
clearly trying to kidnap you.
Right. Vasilius, he would still play it cool. He's like, right. Didn't mean to overreact. Sorry about that. Is there a window or a door on the train?
Oh god.
Yeah, you got here, and then these two side doors are wide open.
Oh, they're open. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to like he's going to point at the coffin next and go, what? Why is there a coffin in here?
There.
This
Are
is
you
your.
are
this
you
is your.
vampires?
No, this is your. This is yours.
I'm gonna like by the shoulders. Right, you're fucked. This is the man you were hired to protect. We failed.
I'm just kind of meandering this way.
Yeah. This is the man. Vasily.
And just looking out the door of the train, and then kind of looking back at them.
I'm just gonna sit up on one of the boxes watching this.
Is Strings following me over?
No, I'm just standing there like... You were charged to take this man out of a city. And we failed. So we're going to go get him back. Resurrect him so you can get paid.
Right.
You need blood to do a resurrection. You're the sacrifice.
I'm gonna throw
Right.
the imp out of
I'm
the
going
fucking
to-
train.
I'm going as he's going to do that. I'm casting suggestion on Lash, and the suggestion is, my suggested sentence will be, I need to jump off this train immediately. It's on fire.
Now, what does suggestion do? I have to say that?
No. Well, basically, you have to roll a wisdom save and beat a 16. A 17. Or you believe the suggested sentence.
Oh, got you. That makes way
So
more
right,
sense.
and the suggestion you're hearing in your head is the train is on fire. I need to jump
I
off
gotta get out.
immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, you failed that.
So I
What do
jump
you-
off the train.
You're
I
jumping off the
definitely
train.
heading over toward the door, like, it's on fire. And,
What?
you know, I
Alright. Hold
Alright,
person
what?
on Lash.
The train's on.
That's
train's
not,
on fire.
The train's not on
The train's
fire.
on fire. I gotta get off the train right now.
I'm going
And
to
I'm pushing
kill all of you. I swear to
past
God. I'm
everyone heading
literally
for the door.
body blocking her right now.
Fire?
Trains, there's
It's
no
on fire.
Jesus
It's on
fucking
fire right
Christ.
now, and I have to jump off the train.
Such
on
a
fire.
shit show.
Now hold on a second. Listen
Not
here,
I'm
Birdie.
fire.
scrabbling.
I have the nose of a dwarf. I cannot smell any fire.
Dwarf,
No,
bring your
it's,
wolf
no.
out.
Do you not smell that? And I'm
No.
gonna tell them that I can smell smoke.
It's on fire.
Did you hear him? He said, the train's on fire.
And no, it's not on fire.
We need to
But
get
it's on
out
Oh.
We
now.
have to jump off right now. Everybody, here we go.
No, okay.
I just roll backwards, laughing, holding my belly.
It never fails.
Cran
going
is
to.
now flying out the side of the train.
Cran!
And he shouts, "Oh my God! It's on fire!
Did you just see what he?
Train's on
Did you
fire!"
hear him? I'm like,
gonna walk over
scrabbling
to
and clawing
Flash
and trying
and
to.
grab her and try and intimidate her.
Flash, like for the record,
When
Pretty
he
much
starts
no
walking to grab her, Vasilius is gonna take cover behind this coffin and Eldritch Blast Gamil.
okay. Give me some good old.
I am going to fucking kill every single one of you, I swear to God.
Oh my God, this is happening.
Everybody, Vasilius, you get a surprise round in which you can Eldritch Blast Gamil.
Okay. Oh, and Lash.
Oh my God.
Okay. Yeah. So he's just gonna throw 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Cran is here too.
19 and 16.
Gamil, what is your AC?
Oh wait, is there? I don't know how advantage works with surprise rounds.
Curious.
No, you're not like fully jumping out on him. What you get is you get a round ahead of everyone, and then
Okay.
Would
gotcha.
he still know his spells if he has amnesia?
his spells come not really from
Him. Okay.
They come from I don't know which of the
Good
things.
call,
to
though.
pick.
Just curious.
Yeah, I would say if he was a wizard, that would be the case.
Okay.
Yeah. But a sorcerer and a warlock, even a priest and a cleric and a paladin draw from other sources, at least as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, no, I would say he can. Cran also is here, by the way, so I can't remember what you do for him. Does he roll his own initiative?
Fucking hate
Yeah,
this
he,
imp.
he gets his own initiative,
I fucking hate this imp so much.
which is
'Cause Cran is fucking well involved in this. He loves this shit.
so
nice.
that's yeah. So he gets a 12.
So, all right, AC. Gamil, what was it? Sorry.
18.
18. So one of these Eldritch Blasts just launches out from Vasilius, who maybe looks a little shocked himself that he could do this, but using some form of weird muscle memory, boom, this Eldritch Blast launches forth and strikes you, dealing 7 force damage to you. Lash, the train is on fire.
I'm going to take.
Last?
Suggestion lasts until you complete the action, or let me see if there's some other way to.
God.
Let me see if there's some other way to break it.
I think it's the action to the best of your abilities. So I wonder if you are hindered.
I'll just read it to you. It says you suggest a course of action and magically influence a creature within range that can understand you. Creatures that can't be charmed or immune. Suggestion must be worded in such a manner as to make it sound reasonable. It's reasonable because you think the train's on fire.
Yeah.
Asking the creature to stab itself, impale itself, etc., will end it immediately. Target makes a wisdom save. If it fails, you pursue the course of action described to the best of your ability.
So you just think the train is on fire.
And it will last up to 8 hours.
So you think that he's telling the truth is a better way to put it. That the train is on fire. The train is going slow enough that you could probably jump off of it. Like I said, it was coasting. You could fuck it up, but it's going. Yeah, you could jump off the train. Yeah, if you're ever going to jump off a train, now's the time to jump off a train.
Oh my god.
Just for the record. Of course, you can always stay on the burning train. What do you want to do?
I don't think she can stay on the burning train, because my suggestion was you need to jump off the train because it's on fire.
Yeah, she has to do it to the best of her
She
abilities.
has to jump. She has to attempt
I
to
thought
jump.
you were just telling her the train was on fire.
No. I'm telling her, jump quick. The train is on fire.
Gotcha.
Like the whole point of the spell is to remove one of these, what Vasilius views as hostiles. He wants to at least get one out of the picture right away.
Yeah. Right. I am under the power of suggestion, so I'm going to attempt to
These are
make
open.
it. Okay.
You do nothing, my child. She is also a rogue, so if anyone's gonna just fucking get away from all of you, yeah, okay. You can jump. You actually have the movement left to jump. Give me a dexterity saving.
Fly!
Lash runs and convinced the train is on fire. She just launches herself off. There's a landing. You do like a roly-poly, and then you stop and the train begins to disappear. Cran circles above you once or twice and goes, "Ha! Pranked!" And then
And I imagine I
with-
immediately know that the train's
Cran
on
would be
fire because I completed the action.
Yeah, as soon as you jump off the train, the spell is completed. So there's like this. Okay, wait a second, and now the train is leaving you.
yeah.
With I forgot to mention with my surprise round. I didn't want to interrupt her, but after I Eldritch Blast, I want to move like as far away from them as I can.
Yeah, I assumed you would, yeah.
Yeah, so
You
he's
jumping
going.
the train as well?
No, he's not. He's not going to jump off. He's going to run back this way and like take cover behind the boxes.
What do you want Cran to do?
I mean, normally I would be giving Kran's orders, but I feel like Vasilius is not able to do that at the moment, so Kran's probably acting autonomously.
Okay. I would assume that Cran is just flying along next to the train, hurling abuse, because he can't really do any of his actual actions.
I guess the only thing is, well, no, because Vasilius wouldn't know that. He's got amnesia, so he doesn't know. Vasilius is basically immune to most incoming spells if Cran is, like, within 5 to 10 feet, because he shares the imp resistance to spells. But he doesn't know that because he's got amnesia, so he wouldn't be calling Cran to, like, sit here and shield me.
Yeah. Strings, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna look at Camille and at Arden and say, deal with the dwarf. And I'm going to... How far is that?
Vasilius is not a dwarf.
The tiefling.
He just looks like a dwarf.
I'm going to dash
Yep.
up here. And that's the end of my turn.
Vasilius, your main turn.
I'm going to run to the edge of the train here, and is there anything on like the side of the train that I could grab or like jump out but not let go of the train?
There's no like obvious handholds like a ladder or anything like that. Apart from maybe some things that you would use to close the shutters, but it is like a slatted, huge wooden train. So
okay,
this would be too hard to climb up, but there isn't like actual.
This box right here looks like it's at the edge or like on the doorway, right?
Yeah, I sort of consider the gray area to be the open doorway.
Okay, so I'm just gonna stand on this box so I can reach the roof and just like scramble onto the roof of the train.
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
Please don't.
Please fall off.
It would be funny.
Nope.
Yeah, no, you can climb up. You are now on the top of the train.
So Vasilius is just gonna swing up onto the top of the train, and as soon as he's out of view of them, just mask of many faces, I'm Lash.
Okay.
Whoop, there goes my earbuds.
So, what is Mask of Many Faces for everybody?
It's a warlock special ability that lets me cast Disguise Self as many times per day as I want without a spell slot cost.
Blam. Arden. What do you want to do?
I'm just sitting there holding my stomach and laughing. This is the most ridiculous shit. It's like, it literally just, I called it last night. I was like, what could possibly happen?
Oh, okay. I thought that was the end of your turn. All right.
That's his action, and I guess he'll hop off and he'll poke his head out the window and try and see what the hell happened with Lash. Hopefully she's okay.
If he's poking his head out the window, then Vasilius is kind of I don't know if I like acting out of turn, but he does Mask of Many Faces, and he's waiting so that as soon as they look out, he's gonna go, "Hi guys, I'm up here," and imitate her voice.
You see Lash on top of the train.
Okay. She can't. Let's see. That's a save. Close enough. She can't fly, so it would be weird that she would have got up there. Would I be able to insider perception that?
You'd have to beat a 17 on. I think it's investigation. Let me double check. It's.
I probably have to get nearer, but yeah, she shouldn't be up there. If she jumped out the window at a decent pace, right? I mean, she jumped out like it was on fire.
Yeah, but Raja once backflipped over a train, so.
Yeah. So I'll have to.
Has been up on top of a train fighting Peritons before.
He wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of that you saw, actually. Yeah.
None of it.
Okay, it says to discern your disguise, the creature must use its action, inspect your appearance, and succeed on an int save, which I presume you have to be close enough to do.
Somehow, inexplicably, Lashes made it on top of the train.
Oh well, I'll poke out and. Okay.
He went that way.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm pointing as if Vasilius had jumped off the train, and pointing back in like behind us, like he went that way, and imitate Lash's voice.
I'll just start slowly moving towards where Strings is, because obviously he knows something I don't.
Sure. Camille.
Is there any like emergency brake system in here?
This is an old school steam train, not your NYC subway. Unfortunately.
How far did Strings go?
Strings ran into the other carriage.
45 from you, so. But I did say deal with the tiefling as I walked away, but I guess that's impossible now. Fuck, I hate this imp so much!
Would I be able to get up on top of the... Is there a ladder around here?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
There you go. Just leave the deleting to me. Yeah, there's a ladder. There was one there before. I think you climbed up it as Carlos. I'll throw one down just for the sake of it as well.
How high is the ladder?
It just goes from the floor to the top of the thing.
No, like, yeah. Is it... Because I can get 20 feet here, and then how tall is the...
little ladder like here, you know? Oh, the roof, I had it somewhere. I think it is 15 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, you said 15 or 20 at some point.
Yeah, it's not height. It's only, like it's a train carriage height, so like 15 feet max. Old school, the cargo.
I'll spend my action to move 50 feet and get onto the roof.
Cool. Yeah. Lash, the Kenku, is on the roof, pointing somewhere off the train. It is sort of like sundown, dusk. It's not dark yet, but it's not too. Here's the interesting thing with this particular area is that it's one of the tallest peaks of the Central Mountains. So with the sun setting in the west, it actually sets a lot earlier. So it'd probably be relatively dark because you're almost always in the shade on the approach to Shallow Scar. So I would say it's relatively dark and quite difficult to actually see Lash, seeing as she is a raven or something, a crow. I don't know. I can't remember what it was.
Pretty much.
Which brings us. Oh, Lash, your turn.
Yeah. So, do I still see Cran around me?
Cran, yeah, he's like flying. Like the thing is, you've stopped, but he's flying alongside the train, and the train has moved on.
Sure.
That's what's happened here.
So I'd yell to Cran. I've seen him carry rope and things. I don't know what his weight limit is, but Cran, I've been tricked. Carry me back, and I'm running toward him as much as my movement will take me.
Yeah, you can probably catch up with the train, honestly. I'd say that you are where you are on the map, so you still have your movement. It's moving real slow.
Yeah, I would probably try my acrobatics here. I've seen Raja flip over a train. Maybe I can flip onto one.
Cran says, "I'll help you. I'll fly you up. Don't worry."
I just got tricked. I do not trust him. I'm gonna try and flip into there on my own.
All right, give me an acrobatics check.
I've seen the way that bitch operates.
Lash jumps into the train.
Woo! Whoa! Strings? Who do I see around me? Can I see Vasilius over that crate?
I'm on the roof
No,
of the train.
Vasilius is
Oh, you're on
top.
the roof. That's right.
There's
Never mind.
No one in here.
You're up there pretending to be me. Gotcha. Anyone?
Isn't Arden in there?
No, Arden left too.
No, he fucked off as well. I don't know how much more movement I have after that, but I would try to move toward the front.
I think you did like 20, so you got like 10 feet.
Sweet.
Cran flies over to you, Vasilius, and says, "Listen, now's your chance. We gotta get out of here. They're trying to kill us."
We can kill that one. He's pointing. I'm on from the top of the train. I'm kind of like looking over the edge of it, like down the door where Lash just jumped in. They left that one alone. We can kill her.
All right. Yeah. You should kill her. Yeah, you should kill her. Hey, can I eat her eyes?
Sure. I'll pull her off the train, and you can poison her.
All right. That's a good plan. Strings.
So
I
get ready.
am walking the fuck up to the conductor, and I'm going to like grab him by the back and like lift him up.
What do you need? You need more whiskey?
Someone's fallen off the train.
Oh, no, not a plan.
That drink, can it actually make you fly?
The drink. No.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Are you serious? Somebody has dropped off the train?
Yes. Can you make me fly?
Let me just add a turn. Hey.
Oh shit. It's not that good though, because he goes way late.
Because
Now.
he still has to go, yeah. He says,
I guess I could make you fly.
Do it.
Where's Gamir?
I have no idea. I left him back there. One of
How
the
did somebody fall off a train?
the
You
tiefling
must-
went crazy, and for some reason the rogue jumped off the train, and now I have to go save her. Make me fly, or I'm going to throw you out this fucking window.
Yeah, sure, buddy. Ready, so I'll do it.
Does he do it, or he has to wait until his...
It looks like he's casting a spell. He begins casting a spell.
Thank you. That's my
Vasily,
turn.
What do you want to do?
Oh, it's my turn, right? Yeah. Vasilius is on the roof of the train right now, and he has the Book of Ancient Secrets like from his Warlock pack, and he's like looking at it. Okay, and he's he's basically gonna cast a spell straight out of the book.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have I don't know if I can. Okay, I'm going to cast Thorn Whip. But I'm going to basically be reaching off the edge of the train to do it. So like, a picture. I guess I'm lying prone on the roof of the train, right? And except just leaning off the train with just my face and arm, so that I can get vision of Lash. And he's going to cast Thorn Whip and yank her off the train again. And kind of looking at Cran, he's like, ready, now, and goes to yank her off the train with this.
Yeah, fucking break your neck.
Oh, I don't have that programmed right. Hang on. It's melee
spell
spell attack. So it is my charisma plus proficiency. So
Flash,
19.
what is your AC? Probably lower than that.
Yes, it's 15.
Okay.
So 1d6 piercing damage.
It's actually 2d6 because I'm level 5.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So it's 10 piercing, and she gets yanked off the train again.
So this fucking whip just comes down, and it's a spiked whip, so it just whoosh, wraps around you. It hurts. It pierces you in various places, and then you are lifted off of your Kenku feet and pulled off the train. Give me a dex save with disadvantage this time. Hey, you are like it launches you off. The thorn whip like lets go of you, and you fall backwards, but like spin a couple times and land on your feet just like a cat, and kind of stumble backwards again. The train leaves you behind somewhat. On top of the train is Lash, I think. Still,
Yeah, it doesn't break my illusion.
is Lash and Cran, and this like in this whip presumably just disappears. From evil dark lashes.
You're lucky.
Mirror
You're
lash.
You're lucky I have amnesia, because otherwise I would have had Cran ready his like stinging bite action to hit you afterwards. But I don't think Vasilius is planning that far ahead because of the amnesia. So instead, like after he yanks her, he's like, "Now to Cran."
You got it.
Arden, is your turn.
All right. Well, strings.
You guys like straight up abandoned Lash. Like I might actually kill her because you all just left and made it a one-on-one.
I was going to drag the conductor and throw him into the front seat of the train and tell him to stop. So
just move like half my movement. Strings. What are you doing?
I'm going to go get her.
Okay.
Someone has to.
Do you need help? The train's not moving that slow, and she's up on the roof.
What the fuck do you mean?
Conductor is doing something as well, Arden. You can see the conductor and he's in some little weird.
How is she on the roof? No, she fell the fuck off.
That's what I thought too. I looked up on top, and he said, I don't know, something. It was windy. I couldn't hear.
No, fuck this. I'm not risking it. Still keep going. Just kill the fucking tiefling. Just knock him out.
Okay. I'll just move back into the room.
All right.
Arden, every time we're on the train, like, in, out. In, out.
I'll pause as I enter the next room and just kind of look around a little bit.
There is no tiefling. He's on the roof.
Yeah.
Gamil, on the roof, you see Lash speak to the imp and then create a whip it at something inside the train, and then you hear a as something is hit and then pulled something, and then a poof, a cloud of dust and sand from beyond. Lash is doing something to someone in the train, presumably.
I imagine Camille would think that'd be a little bit suspicious how she just summoned a whip, considering she's a rogue.
I don't know if you would know anything about her, to be fair.
Yeah. Do you
Just
even know what
met her.
class she is?
Yeah.
Would be
There would be no way you would know that she can't cast Thorn Whip, regardless of class.
75. Do you remember the range on a hand axe being thrown?
You know what?
And also the train is moving as
Flash creates a tentacle.
well. Okay, that's metagaming right there.
That is metagaming, but I'm gonna allow it because BM hardly ever gets to metagame. Flash creates a tentacle and whips someone with the tentacle. So yeah. Regardless of what you know she can do or cannot do, you have disadvantage on everything for this turn. What would you like to do?
I'd like to rage.
You can't. I don't think. If memory serves. Oh, the bullshit that I made up last week.
Oh, you fucking asshole.
There, he raged.
Gamil, extreme phobia. Tentacles. You cannot enter a rage against anything with tentacles. You also have disadvantage to attack and ability checks while the creature of your fear is near, which is Lash / Vasilius in Lash form. So, yeah, you cannot feel rage because you're too scared. You're scared. You're just in a tentacle. For some reason, a tentacle is the worst. It triggered as fuck, basically, and it has fucked you up. It's your mental cue, and you're scared. Impossible to enter a rage.
You're an asshole.
I'm just glad I get to use this weird little mechanic that I gave you.
That was such metagaming as well. You're like,
I feel like you've all
Actually-
game me at some point.
I'm still gonna go ahead and throw a hand axe. Not the
Okay.
Weevil hand axe. It's just a normal plain one.
All right. Yeah, give me a.
Who are you throwing it at?
You.
You.
Yeah, how? I'm on the roof.
I'm up there.
Oh, you climbed up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Oh,
climbed
okay.
up.
Well, it's as soon as he's up on the roof, then Vasilius is. Can I like talk to him as I see him getting ready to do that?
I feel like Gamil gets up on the roof, sees a tentacle, and throws a hand axe.
Even though I look like Lash?
Yeah, because he's freaking out.
Okay, I'm
That'd
prone,
be
so he has.
PSC,
I'm prone, so he has disadvantage on a ranged attack.
He
It's-
already has disadvantage.
True that.
25.
hitting fucking.
Ow!
Oh man.
These hand axes are insane.
Yeah,
I
it's-
just remembered how broken the Storm King's
Yeah,
characters.
yeah, we were all fucking disgusting. Weren't we a higher level?
A hand axe.
I
launched-
reduced it. I have a character sheet for all
Oh.
my levels.
He's
Cool.
nerfed. The hand axe launches through the sky. As Lash is about to open her mouth and say something to you, this hand axe just embeds itself in your shoulder. Cran looks down at you and goes, "See, it fucking stinks. This guy's an asshole."
Yeah. Invisible. Vasilius doesn't know he can do that. Is Cran visible right now or no?
Yeah. He was visible.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't sure if he had gone invisible at any point. And Vasilius doesn't know that he can tell him to turn invisible.
You want to do anything else, Camille?
I couldn't intimidate Flash, could I?
Probably not. At this point, depending on what you're trying to do. I mean, you can always try. But
Or
I mean,
actually persuade?
you can have a conversation.
I'm gonna move
a
up
brief.
25 feet. And
You can say something.
yeah. Right, sorry, I had to throw that. Tentacles, don't like them. Just please come back down. This train company doesn't have enough insurance to cover people jumping off a train.
Okay, and I'm gonna counter by just using deception and saying you've got the wrong one. He's pretending to be me, and pointing down at the real Lash and insisting that that's Vasilius.
I don't. Gamil doesn't care. He wants to get whoever's on the roof down. So regardless of who.
The moment that these two are having this conversation, he's pointing down at this thing. Gamil is kind of like walking along. The train's moving along. These two are on top of it. Cran is just hands on hips, wings flapping behind him, just enjoying this. He's got his popcorn out. He's having a great time. Pointing down at the thing. Gamil looking a little weird. Cran like this. Suddenly, everything fucking stops. There's just a whoop, and the train stops. The lash on the ground is stopped. Gamil is stopped. Cran is stopped. Strings is stopped. Arden is stopped. The conductor just goes and casts his spell. Time stop. Oh, I guess with that he can patiently make his way down the.
That's a powerful gnome.
Yeah,
I just threatened a level 20 gnome.
He's a fucking dope little gnome. Conductor Alphen.
That's he's basically a god.
This is the perfect music too.
Just steps down. There's strings above him. Arden walking out, and he just steps down and adjusts his clothes and hats and spectacles and.
Okay, let's go see what happened here.
And starts padding his way down the train. He heads outside. Everything has stopped. There's a bird in the sky, a peryton in the distance, in mid-flight leap. He walks up into the room, peers in where Arden is, and doesn't see anything apart from Arden, and looks up and follows the ladder up and sees on the roof Gamil. Takes a little.
Now what's going on here then? Hang on a second.
What does he need to see through your bamboozle?
He needs to do an investigation check of 17 or higher.
Do you get any bullshit? No. So plus 5, 19. He looks and suspects something is off about you.
Yes,
With the axe embedded.
Yeah. He walks along the roof of the train, taking his time. Everything is stopped around him. Approaches where you are, looks up at the imp.
I don't trust demons. Okay, let's see here.
Has another little look at you. And so he gets full turns. Let's just check here. And you take 1d4 plus 1 turns in a row. And you can use actions and move. Okay, so then he reaches up to you and does the Vulcan thing that Vulcans do, where they put their hands weirdly on your face. You're stopped, but he's able to maneuver you around, and he reaches up. Actually, you're on the ground, aren't you?
It says if the spell affects a creature other than you, it stops, right?
That's
so
fine.
if he does anything to me, doesn't time resume immediately?
It will resume after he casts this spell.
Gotcha.
Vulcan mind meld grips you around the face. You said you're on the ground, so he gets you round.
He's prone on the roof at this point, and I guess after getting hit by the axe, I guess he would roll over so he's face up. So he's just like kind of there's an axe stuck in me.
Yeah, he grabs you and then begins to mutter something else in some sort of gnomish language, and then casts Mind Blank, which will essentially remove the amnesia effect from you for 24 hours, but it only needs to last for 1 hour. So as soon as the spell is finished casting, everything resumes. Suddenly the train is moving again. There's a rush of air as suddenly the little gnome is hit by the movement of the train, and everything resumes. Gamil, as far as you're concerned, you were looking off the train. As you look back, suddenly the conductor is there, and he's got his hands on Vasilius's face. Vasilius, you remember everything now.
Yeah.
You remember not just the last hour, but your life and everything. Cran looks down, and the conductor says,
Okay, are you feeling better?
I want to say that, like, during the time stop, Vasilius was in the middle of taking that axe and just throwing it off the train. And so now he just kind of,
Yeah.
and instead of chucking the axe off, he just drops it next to him and goes, "What the heck?"
What did you do? You had some big bamboozers on you. That was some powerful magic.
That one. And he points. Vasilius is just pointing at the dwarf.
Yeah, you
That-
can't cast magic.
No. In his head. Trust me, I've done
I
a
mean,
lot
at
of
this
my...
point, like after seeing both of you just point and look at him, he's like, "I didn't do it. Nope, not me."
I'm
Where's the
gonna.
bird?
I threw her off the train.
Oh, are you serious?
Flash, you are. What are you doing? Are you running after the train?
Ah! Yeah, so instead of getting back on, I just would have been like trying to keep pace.
It's
Yeah.
relatively easy to keep pace. You're a little hurt. You have a few puncture wounds on you.
Yeah.
But again, the train is moving quite slowly. Yeah.
This conductor is a max level wizard.
Pretty much. Yeah.
They-
he's, an archmage.
Yeah, Vasilius is gonna point back at Camille and say, "I've read a lot of minds in my day. His is blocked by something beyond us."
You shouldn't fuck with people's minds, okay? People are crazy, okay? He's probably crazy.
We were trying to help him with his amnesia. Maybe you should do that spell you just did to me on him and get rid of it. There's a demon or something on him,
Oh, I don't like demons.
sealing his memories or something like that.
How you feeling there, Camille?
Right now, I'm really confused.
Yeah, okay, well, maybe tomorrow.
Vasilius is gonna sit up and pick up the axe and just kind of, he's not getting up, but he's holding it, like holding the handle out to Camille, like, walk over here and take this. You've got something nasty in your head, son. It's pretty rough.
I take it off and say, "Sorry for the axe. I thought you were trying to." Anyway.
Oh yeah, I'll just drop the disguise.
The conductor looks over the edge of the train and sees Lash trying to keep pace, and he says,
Hey, why don't you come on up?
and then he casts Fly on you.
And you just
Come
see
fly,
my face
come
brighten,
fly.
and I
Come fly,
start
come on.
clapping around. It's not going to be that easy to get me in there because I'm going to be wanting to fly.
You can fly after the train. It's going real slow.
Yeah, I'll fly
Do I
alongside.
like see her flying alongside the train now? Like,
Smiling like an
Well,
idiot.
because I know I'm like mid conversation and he's just gone. I'm like, what?
And then he
Where
just
the-
disappears. Yeah,
fuck?
he's about to cast Fly on you, but then he just teleports. The conductor says,
Wait a minute. You guys, were you on a train with Vizsla at any point?
I'm glad I'm not there, so I don't have to no comment that.
he's literally speaking to Vasilius and Cran.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. When I mind read Lash earlier, I don't think I probed deep enough to get the name of the conductor of the train that she was on before. So Vasilius wouldn't know the name. He's just, I don't know that name.
I don't understand what's going on lately. These trains are getting out of hand.
And he starts to walk off and heads
Well,
back.
the most dangerous thing on this train is your bodyguard there. Kind of nodding at Gamil.
Yeah, he's got a source of voodoo in him. You got some voodoo in you. God knows where you got your magic. Maybe you should have gone to school. You know, it's illegal to be casting all this.
Yeah, I wish school wasn't so expensive.
Yeah, well, maybe you should get a job, okay?
That's why I'm on the train.
Yeah, well, okay. You be careful. That's gonna wear off soon. Don't fly too hard. I better go see that dragonborn. He probably thinks I've disappeared.
He pads off. The train continues onwards. It heads to fully into the shade. Yeah, shade. I wouldn't say shadow. I would say shade of this mountain area of Shallow Scar. You guys will notice the highest peaks of the mountain are found here and onwards up to Crimson City. This huge mountain range, the largest, tallest peaks there. Shallow Scar awaits you. The train meanders relatively slowly towards the town, and I think that's where we're going to end today's session.
Just
We
bleeding
made
on
it,
the roof.
boys.
What
Bleeding
the
on the roof of a train.
Fuck. Why can we not go anywhere without everything fucking up?
I love how just a little bit of amnesia can fucking ruin
Yeah.
everyone's life.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
almost
Right
ended
as
on it.
I forgot. Right as the camera fades out, you see the sailors kind of look at Cran, and then Cran looks back at him, and then just.
Whipping
Oh
boy.
my god.
Absolutely, yeah. Cran probably can't even avoid it. Congratulations, everyone. You actually survived. There was a moment where I legit thought you were all gonna kill Lash.
If
Yeah,
if
I was pretty sure.
if I hadn't burnt all my spell slots already on things like detect thoughts and whatnot, I would absolutely have killed her.
Yeah.
Because I would have paralyzed her first and then thrown her off the train. I didn't have any spell slots left to do anything.
It's lucky the train
God.
slows down a lot to come into Shallow Scar because of the shadow of the mountain at nighttime.
Jeez.
Otherwise, it would have been going a lot faster and it might have been a lot more dangerous. Well, thanks for playing. We're running a little over, so let's do some shout outs and let you all continue with your lives until next week, when I'm sure they'll fuck more stuff up here on Dusttrail.
So does this level 20 conductor, does he not have like res powers?
He's a
Well, no, Resurrection is purely a
The
cleric.
clerics only, right? Yeah.
Paladin
Well,
thing.
he has wish. He could cast wish, probably, right?
There's also only, I think, about 10 clerics in the entirety of Dustvale that can cast anything more powerful than
Revivify.
Revivify.
So yeah,
Love
pretty
your
much,
song.
pretty much raise dead and plus. There's only a handful of clerics, and then there's probably 10 that can do raise dead, and then 5 that can do the next one up, and then like 2 that can do the one above that. If memory serves, however many there are. So yeah, wizards have power, quite a lot of power. These conductors are some of the most powerful wizards in the land. But they're like they're kind of like neutral wizards, right? There's a bunch of wizards like the ones that have disappeared from Sin River, who are off doing their own wizardy things, and then there are these like conductor wizards that have purely learned this so that they can build a train and defend it. So they don't really care about like what you're doing. They're like, yeah, whatever. He's got a fucked up mind. I need these spells to make sure that nobody robs my train, or you people don't kill yourselves under my watch.
Yep. Well, especially if it's all for just rich people, like super rich people.
Yeah, the gnomes of the land have discovered how to make trains, and for the last 100 years, that's all they give a fuck about. They're like, this is the best. We have trains, like kids with toy trains. That's the gnomes who own the trains and the train system that are obsessed with it. Whereas there are probably wizards elsewhere. Pretty much any other wizard would be really interested in Gamil's Hudagaba. But yeah, probably not as much these guys. They're a little.
Just out of curiosity, not to meta it, but does the gnome know wish? He knows time stop, so we know he's like. Because if he has wish, then he can mimic any cleric spell that he wants.
Yeah, that's true. But I almost never play wish as a thing that exists in the same way as lucky.
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess wish is too OP anyway.
Wish is one of those ones that I think would be great around like a table at home where nothing matters. But wish is one of those things that I just fucking hate when you're trying to run a narrative. They're just like, wish the ending. You're like, all right, then.
Yeah.
Is it a campaign?
Well, this happened. Why can't you just?
I wish the end boss dies.
Yeah, like, oh, okay, done. So I tend to not play Wish too much. Although I've wanted to, because I think it would be fun to just see what fucking people do. I don't know. Whenever I run like some sort of bullshit charity campaign again, where viewers can interact, that's when I say bullshit stuff like Lucky and Wish and all that stuff that can just fucking ruin everything instantly. So yeah, no, but for the record, he didn't know Wish. his most powerful spell is Time Stop. The other one though, Vizsla had a whole different set of spells. Okay, so thanks for watching, everybody. Let's do a quick round of shout-outs. Let's start with Mr. Connor Cronus, since you returned with a new character.
Camille is back.
You say new, it's more of a blast from the past.
A new old character.
Yeah. You guys can find me at twitch.tv/Connor Cronus. You can see the spelling above here somewhere. I'm currently streaming like four or five games in rotation. We got Shadow of War, Evil Within 2, South Park, Fractured Butthole, and then soon Assassin's Creed Origins.
Soon. Who's the next on there? HJ Tenchi.
Hello. Arden's finally starting to come around again, so you're going to hear from him a little bit more. But if you want to hear from me, I am playing South Park right now, and tomorrow's front page for the very first time. So it's going to be a shit show. So, maybe don't come in during then, because I probably won't see you if it goes well.
Or do go in then and abuse him, because
Spread
he's
positivity and love.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be joining the waves of horrible toxic children.
Oh, yeah.
Brad's gonna go in front of 3,000 people and go Final Fantasy VIII was better than 7, and the chat's gonna fucking die.
And then I'll just leave.
The draw system was the greatest
The
accomplishment.
draw system was the best thing that ever happened to Final Fantasy.
It was so good. I can't wait for the next one to have it.
You know it will. They're gonna play on nostalgia for the next one, guaranteed.
You guys like this, right?
Do you want a Final Fantasy 8 and 9 crossover sequel? Mr. Fairlight Excalibur, where can people find you?
You can find me at Fairlight_Excalibur on Twitch TV, playing games pretty much every night. I'm jumping onto the Destiny 2 train to see, what that's all about, since I didn't get to play the first one very much, and probably mixing some League in here and there, and brutally attempting to murder my cast members here whenever I have amnesia.
Yes, which will be every single week.
It's now a reoccurring thing.
Now that you have seen how much havoc Vasilius can wreak if he's inclined to do so, give him amnesia every week.
I'm just so glad that the first thing I did when you was like, "Yeah, I want an imp familiar," I was like, "Yeah, he's gonna be a dickhead," and then you're like, "Yeah, okay, and I was like, okay, then it's just me now." It's the dark evil DM on my shoulder is Cran.
That genuinely would have gone so much worse if Vasilius had any spell slots left. Because oh my goodness, I could have chucked a person off the train and then paralyzed someone else, and then just
that's the thing.
And then disguise warlocks are just he'd be changing forms every second in combat. First he's strings, then he's lash, then someone else is jumping off the train.
It would be chaos, and that's why warlocks don't get too many spells. They can't be trusted. Lash, Izzle, Tuesday Grey.
Yeah, I survived, which is pretty awesome.
I can't believe I couldn't believe they left you in there alone. Strings is I'm leaving and everyone else is walking away. I'm guys, please stop me. Please stop me.
It's the best thing you could have done is get the conductor, but you didn't know that necessarily.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it was more like Arden passing his turn, just saying, "I'm sitting here laughing."
That's an Arden thing to do, though.
It's not funny.
That's his goal on trains, to be fair.
It's not funny. I'm probably gonna kill her. Come stop me, please.
Come stop me from murdering my friends. Hi guys, I'm Tuesday Gray. You can find me at Tuesday Gray or /Tuesday Gray. In the internet places, I am a variety caster playing mostly pub and Divinity right now. Probably gonna also check out Warframe because I heard there's fishing and a bunch of my friends are playing it.
It's so good.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. So yeah, follow if you want to, but definitely tune in next week for me not being dead.
Yet. We are going to Shallow Scar, which is by far the most dangerous place in the world.
For me. Yeah.
So.
That's true.
Don't forget. BradWOTO.
Hi. I only play Divinity 2 and Warframe and Dungeons and Dragons. Actually, tomorrow...
That's a pretty varied amount. You're good.
Tomorrow, I'm actually starting up Assassin's Creed Origins earlier than most other people. I don't think I'm gonna be able to fucking do anything in the game because review embargoes are terrible, but I'll just go into the educational mode and run around for 8 hours.
That's not out yet.
It's not out yet?
The educational mode is coming in 2018. You would know that if you looked into Assassin's Creed Origins.
You know what? Listen, they just give me keys. I just stream the games.
Well, isn't the embargo over in like a couple days?
Yeah, it ends tomorrow, but they still like don't want you to spoil things because embargoes and all that bullshit. So, make sure to catch our other Tablestory shows. I DM this fucko and the other dwarven fucko every Sunday. Connor's character has some interesting story development that we've put off for 2 weeks.
I can't wait. I'm scared, but I'm excited.
Connor's about to summon a god in our Sunday campaigns.
It's
It's
one
gonna
of the
be
biggest cliffhangers you've ever done, surely.
I'm just gonna
yeah,
disappear.
yeah. It's gonna be.
I was
great.
never. I don't think I've ever been as invested in our next episode as Ilios Sunday. This Sunday.
It's gonna be
I
great.
don't know what I should do.
This Friday
I
as
am
well.
fucking-
There's a pretty
fucking
large.
with it as well.
There's a pretty large cliffhanger from Neon Scream. That's our Friday show that we run. Make sure to go sub to the Tablestory YouTube, and that's it. Go join our Discord as well. We have the Discord. Go talk to other people that like Dustveil.
It's also a good place just for random notifications for when stuff is happening or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Or not happening if there's cancellations or postpones and stuff. Cool. Well, everybody, thanks for watching. We will be back next Wednesday. And it should be an interesting one next week. I'm excited for you to see Shallows. I actually was expecting you to get there today. Here's a little sneak preview of the map. Ooh.
Oh, what?
Oh, super pretty.
No, fuck
See
off!
you
I didn't even
next
get to.
week.
Ah,
See you
fuck.
next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, bye, bye.
Fuck you. That's Brad's cliffhanger. Look at the map.
Please.